other health, welfare, and recreation services for members of our armed forces. A whole wide range of these hometown and defense services is supported in your community when you give gladly the United Way to your community chest or United Fund. And make sure that your campaign pledge is large enough to cover all those needed services for an entire year.
So that's what happened, Molly. The colonel puts his hand on my shoulder and he says, "Use my hunting lodge, my boy. And here's the keys," he said.
My goodness.
"And take Doc Gamble with you," he said. "Make a man out of him," he said.
The colonel, that is.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Colonel Wingate, the one who owns 14th and Oak?
I'm not talking about Colonel Stoopnagel, kiddo. By the time I left, me and the colonel were just like that.
Like what?
That. The one with the hangnail is me. Boy, what a hunting trip this will be, Molly. Lake Wapahokee, the greatest duck hunting in the whole state. I guarantee.
Just a minute, Ducky. Come in.
Oh, there, kids. Hi, daughter. Hey, Johnny. I hear you're going duck hunting.
Now, where'd you hear that, old-timer?
McGee just heard it himself a half an hour ago.
Down at the grocery store, kid.
Yeah?
My girlfriend Bessie was telling me.
Oh.
She said she heard it from a policeman that goes with a girl at the sandwich shop whose mother heard the beauty operator say that one of her customers got the word from the newsboy at 14th and Oak.
Yeah?
And his bookmaker was sitting in the barber shop when Johnny here come running in hollering, "Hey, fellas, I'm going duck hunting. Don't tell anybody."
Well, gee whiz, I know a lot of people begging me to go along. Word's spreading around town, though, is it?
Spreading like a fire in a hayloft, Johnny. That's mighty fine hunting country up that way. Spent my boyhood around Lake Wapahokee, you know.
I didn't know that.
Ah, he spent his boyhood every place.
Yep. I mind one time Papa took us kids out there pheasant hunting, kid.
Yeah, pheasant, huh? I'm going for duck.
There we were, the 6 of us, all scattered out through the woods, all along like Indians, when all at once Papa seen something move in the bushes.
Saw it move, huh?
I slumped down behind him and kept quiet. He yanked his shotgun up and got so excited he busted his glasses.
Oh, my gosh. Broke his specs, huh?
Didn't stop Papa, though. He laid that gun barrel across the fork of a tree to steady it, closed his eyes a minute, and listened.
Listened.
Suddenly, he heard a twig crack. He swung toward the noise, squozed down on the trigger, and put a teaspoonful of birdshot in the fleshy part of my brother, Ira. I had to tell it was birdshot because the boy took off like a quail.
Well, McGee, I hope there'll be none of that kind of shooting on your hunting trip. My goodness, shooting at a noise.
Don't you worry. I and Doc are both careful hunters, kiddo. Anybody
That wasn't all the trouble we had that trip, kid.
Well, it's enough for me to listen to. I got things to do.
No, sir. The land we were hunting on was private, you see. And when Papa shot, the owner come running out to see what was going on.
Trespassing, huh?
No, he lived there, daughter. Oh, you mean us?
Yes.
Yes. Well, sir, Papa seen the owner coming and snuck off through the bushes. But all us kids were cornered.
Caught you red-handed, did they?
Yep. All but Ira, that is. It wasn't his hands that was red.
Yeah. We know.
Did they put you in jail?
Well, we tried to talk him out of it, daughter, but we didn't have much luck. And finally, this long, ugly-looking fellow with a constable cap and a tin star as big as a pie plate come down the road and took us in by the collar.
Oh, my.
That's all that saved us, kids.
Saved you?
Yep. The fellow with the dime store star was Papa. He always carried one for emergencies.
Oh.
But hey, I can't stand here gabbing with you, Johnny. I got to get back to the grocery store. I'm working, you know. So long, kid.
He's working. Huh.
I wonder how he can tell.
Well, I got no more time to waste either myself, too. If I'm going to be ready for that hunting trip, I got a million things to do.
I'll just bet you have. How long will you be gone?
Oh, be away about 3 nights, kid. Hey, who you going to get to stay here with you? I don't want you staying here alone.
Oh, I'll call some of the girls in my club. I think Monica Miller's husband is at a convention this week or something. Maybe she'd like to come over here a couple of nights.
Good.
And I'll have our little parakeet to keep me company. Won't I, baby?
Well, I better get busy. What time is it?
1:45.
Oh, my gosh, I better jump. With all the stuff I got to do, I'll be lucky to make it.
When do you leave?
6 o'clock sharp.
Tonight?
No. Friday morning. I better get started.
Friday? For heaven's sakes, relax. This is only Tuesday. What do you have to do besides gather up your gun and your gear? That won't take
I'll
long.
tell you what I got to do. I already started making a list. Listen, find my gun and clean it.
Hmm?
Find my old hip boots.
Uh-oh, that'll take a whole day.
Find my hunting license.
That could take another day.
Find my sleeping bag. find my hunting jacket, find my hunting cap, my compass, find my box of shells.
Well, heavenly days, come on, I'll help you. You'll never make it by Friday.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. Your key to pleasant entertainment is your radio dial when you turn to the spot where you hear the three familiar NBC chimes. Here at the NBC spot on your radio dial, you'll always hear the finest pleasure-filled entertainment, whether it be music, comedy, or drama. Wednesday evenings, you can hear the nation's finest comedy entertainment on such fun-filled programs as You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx, or The Great Gildersleeve with Willard Waterman as Summerfield's bumbling water commissioner, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve. Gildy's always in a mess of trouble, but it's trouble that adds up to hundreds of chuckles for you, the listener, when you tune for his hilarious adventures on the NBC radio network. When it comes to talking about Groucho Marx, there's very little left to be said about his comedy talent. Most everybody has heard Groucho's great quiz show, and most everybody truly enjoys it. Why don't you make it a point to be in his radio audience tomorrow night? Remember, when the three chimes ring out, you know that you're tuned to top entertainment on the NBC radio network.
Ladies and gentlemen, this week is American Education Week, a week when the schools of the nation are holding open house.
Why don't you visit your school, your child's school, today? See how it operates and see what it needs and see what you can do about it.
The future of this nation is being built right now in the school your child attends. The kind of school it is tremendously important to your child.
And you can show how important it is to you by visiting that school this week. American Education Week.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Tums have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed, with Bill Thompson as the old-timer, Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble, and Jack Mather as Colonel Wingate. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly. Tonight, laugh with Can You Top This on the NBC Radio Network. The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Here's a message of importance to all those who employ labor. It's a fact that the disabled veterans of America make up the cream of our country's labor supply. So far, about 2/3 disabled veterans, fellows who served in World War II and Korea, have had just about the best kind of vocational training ever offered to any group of workers. Training given at government expense under Public Law 16. The training has been well planned and well supervised. And the Veterans Administration, which handles the program, has made doubly sure that there'd be no round pegs in square holes. Every veteran has been trained for what he can do best. So why not make use of trained disabled, any job vacancies that you might have? They served their country once in uniform, and only you can give them the chance to serve it again. This time at the workbench or office desk. The nearest office of the State Employment Service can give you all the details. The State Employment Office in your district. Did you ever watch a hunter getting his gear together for a 3-day duck hunting trip? Well, just get a load of the living room at 79 Wistful Vista, where Mr. McGee is piling up his equipment.
Now, let me see. Chocolate bars. There's my axe. Check that off the list. Chocolate bars. A flashlight. Hot water bottle. Shotgun shells. Chocolate bars. Mittens. Basketball bladder.
Basketball bladder? Who'd you say you're going with, the Phillips Oilers?
The basketball bladder, my dear, is to cut patches out of in case my rubber boots spring a leak, which they never failed to do yet.
I see. Now, would you mind shoving some of this valuable equipment to one side so I can get through to the dining room? I want to feed the little parakeet and change his water.
Okay. There. Can you get through? Oh, there's my old duck call. Fell out of my hunting cap. I wondered what I did with that duck call.
Duck call?
Uh-huh.
Is that the thing you blow on to scare the ducks so they fall right in the lake?
Huh.
The thing that makes a noise like you hear at the World Series when they don't like the umpire?
A duck call, my dear, is not to scare ducks. It's to call ducks.
Well, that figures at that. Duck call, call duck.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, that's logical.
For instance, say there's a flock of ducks flying over the lake. Boy ducks, you see.
Boy duck.
Yep. And I want to call them in where I can get a shot at them. I merely place this duck call to my lips and give out with the gentle cry of a girl duck in distress, like this.
Heavenly days, that poor thing is in distress. Yes, that's what I say, baby.
Oh, I'm a little out of practice. Rough lip.
Oh, dear, I wonder who this is. Messy room. Come in, if you can get in. Hello, Cora.
Hi, Miss McGee. I just thought I'd stop in and see how your parakeet is. Oh, moving, are you?
Oh, no.
Hi, Cora.
Hello, Mr. McGee. I just stopped in to see how your parakeet is. Where are you moving to?
The parakeet's fine, Cora. He's out there in the dining room. And we're not moving. McGee's going hunting.
Oh.
Yeah, me and Doc Gamble. Going up to Lake Wapahokie.
Oh, Marvin just loves hunting, Mr. McGee. My husband, you know, Marvin.
Yeah, Marvin.
He went deer hunting a couple of weeks ago, but... Oh, is it expensive?
Yeah?
$200 Marvin spent for a 2-day trip.
Heavenly days, that is expensive. Did he get a deer?
No, he got a cow. I guess that's what run the cost up.
Yeah, that could do it. Well, Doc and I won't have to go tramping through the woods looking for game like that. We'll just sit quietly in a comfortable blind while I lure the game into us with this call of mine. Listen.
Oh, going moose hunting, are you? Say, that's a wonderful imitation.
No, it's not supposed to sound...
Reason I know how a moose sounds. When I was a kid on my uncle's farm, a bull moose got his head caught in the barbed wire fence one time, and... Blow that again, Mr. McGee. Go on, blow it again.
Huh? Well, okay.
Oh, that's it. That's a wounded moose, all right. I know
Oh,
that.
for the love of Mike.
Oh, listen to that little bird. Hi, birdie. Hi, birdie.
Why don't you sit down, Cora? If you can find room among this junk, I'll move
Oh,
some
I
of
can't
it.
stay, Miss McGee. I got to get on downtown. I just wanted to say hello.
Oh, goodbye, Cora.
Goodbye, Miss McGee. And I hope you get lots of moose, Mr. McGee. Bye.
Drop in again. That's funny, isn't it? You wouldn't expect a girl like Cora, I mean a sort of a city girl type like her, you wouldn't expect her to know how a moose sounds, would you? Blow that thing again.
No, not now, Molly. I got too much to do here. Now, let me see. I got to find my hip butts, fix the handle on my hunting knife. Hey, my license. I got to find my hunting license.
How much does the new one cost?
$3. Why?
You've got this house in $1 million uproar now, McGee. Look, I'll give you $3. Run down to the city hall and buy a new one.
Oh, no. I'm not wasting dough like that, kiddo. That hunting license is around here somewhere, and if you'll help me turn this house upside down from the attic to the basement...
Back to Wistful Vista in a minute. Why are United States savings bonds such a good investment? Because every dollar you lend Uncle Sam helps to ensure freedom. And freedom for your country means personal security for you. Every ship your money helps to build, every plane defends you and your family and home. Yes, the money you invest in savings bonds has a big job to do. Yet when their job is finished and your bonds mature, you get your money back and more. $4 for every $3 you put in. That's right. You pay only $18.75 for a $25 bond, $75 for a $100 bond. Your savings bonds are more than a dollars and cents investment. They're an investment in a way of life. Show Uncle Sam you believe in him. He'll show his gratitude with interest. Never forget, when you buy United States savings bonds, you're investing in freedom and personal security for your own future.
Not there. Next door, too, either. Now, let me think a minute. Last time I had that hunting license was when I went out to Dugan's Lake this summer with Mort Toops fishing. And we saw the game warden coming, and I took a quick look to be sure I had my fishing license with me, and it turned out I had my hunting license.
What'd you do?
I grabbed Mort's fishing license off his hat and told the warden my name was Mort Toops.
Quick thinking.
Yeah, but when he asked Mort what his name was and where was his license, that rat put the finger on me. Wouldn't cooperate at all.
Just selfish, huh?
Yeah, I swore right then that I'd never go anywhere with that spoiled sport again. And by George, Hey, call that rat up and ask him if he wants to go duck hunting with me and Doc, will you?
What?
Well, we're going to need a third man. It's a lot of work building a duck blind, chopping wood, cleaning the cabin.
Why don't you call him?
We're not talking.
Again?
And this time it's legal. We signed the contract last week.
Contract?
Yeah, he's got mine, and this is his right here. I'll read it to you. See there? I, Mort Toops, hereby solemnly swear never to talk to Fibber McGee again until death do us part. There's the notary seal right there, see? Signed it at the Elks Club.
Heavenly days. If you two aren't talking, then why take him along?
He don't have to talk, just keep the work done, that's all. Oh, never mind calling him, though. I'll have Doc ask him. Let's find that hunting license. It's around here someplace.
Where?
I'm going to go look in the refrigerator.
The refrigerator?
Yeah, all this running around has made me hungry. I'll go fix myself a sandwich.
Stay where you are, I'll do it. I don't want my refrigerator to look like this living room because...
Okay, Tootsie. Put plenty of mustard on it. Ah, there goes the good kid. Sweet and simple. As long as she's sweet, everything is simple. But just let me forget once to wipe my feet when I come in the front door and all.
McGee, you home?
Oh, hi, Doc. Come on in.
I can't stop in a minute. I'm on my way down to the city hall to buy a new hunting license. You want to go?
Haven't you got a hunting license?
I lost it someplace. Housekeeper's out of town. It's simpler to buy a new one. You got yours?
I'm looking for it now. I had it this summer, but I can't find it.
Come on, I'll drive you down there. City hall closes in half an hour.
Oh, no. I'm not throwing any $3 away like that there. I'll find my license if it takes...
Okay. Suit yourself. Now, one thing more.
Mm-hmm.
I ran into Herb Travis a while ago and asked him to go with us. Told him I'd check with you, okay?
Herb? Oh, he's a nice guy, all right. Does Herb hunt?
Well, he says he's never been, but he'd love to go with us.
He can chop wood, can't he?
Sure.
Clean the cabin.
Sure.
He can help us drive, wash the dishes, clean the ducks. Ah, good old Herb. I'd love to have Herb.
That's what I told him. See you tonight at bowling, huh?
Okay.
Goodbye, Molly.
Who's that?
Doc Gamble.
Hello, Doctor. What?
He said goodbye. He left.
What? I didn't even hear him come in.
He's going downtown to buy himself a new hunting license. Lost his like I did. Only old Fatso ain't got the ambition to look for his like I have.
No wife to do it either like you have.
No, he does it the extravagant way. Jumps in his car and goes down to... Hey, that's it.
That's what?
I'll bet that's where I left that license. Get me the hammer, will you, kiddo, while I run out to the garage and get the crowbar.
Hammer? Crowbar?
I'm going to take a look in the trunk of the car. Boy, this trunk lock is really tough. It's coming, though.
Well, I know I shouldn't ask a foolish question, but haven't we a key for the trunk of this car?
Lost.
That's what I thought.
This thing ought to... There. Now, let's take a look. There's my flannel shirt. Let me see, right here in the pocket. Aha! My hunting license. What'd I tell you?
I'm so happy for us, dearie. Any competent body repairman can fix that trunk for $40 or $50, and you saved a clear $3 by finding that license. You're wonderful.
Yeah, well, I told you it was around here someplace. And here it is. Look at that. County of Wistful Vista. Hunting license. Issued June 30th, 1952. Expires June 30th, 1953.
June 1953.
Oh, my gosh. Hop in and start the car, Molly. I'll tie the trunk down so it don't rattle. We've still got 12 minutes to make the city hall.
We'll be right back. A magic name in the entertainment world is Eddie Cantor. For Eddie's almost synonymous with show business. And that's why his Thursday night show business show is so authentic. Listen each week as Eddie Cantor tells you little-known stories about the greats and near-greats of the entertainment world whom he has known. Listen as he plays their recordings. And listen as he answers the questions about show business which his listeners have mailed into him. It's a mighty entertaining half hour each week during Eddie Cantor's Show Business Show. Hear it tomorrow over most stations of the NBC radio network. And remember, too, that you're invited to enjoy thrilling Western adventure and pleasure-filled Western singing when it's time for the Roy Rogers Show each week on NBC. Make it a date to join the King of the Cowboys, Roy Rogers, and the Queen of the West, Dale Evans, along with Pat Brady and the Wonder Dog, Bullet, every Thursday evening on the station where you hear the three familiar NBC chimes. They're your invitation to fine radio entertainment.
I'm just about all set for our hunting trip Friday, kiddo. Few more chores to do tomorrow, and I'm all ready.
What do you have to do tomorrow?
Well, the main thing is make out a list and do the grocery shopping. Boy, did I ever pull a fast one on old Doc and Herb on the grocery.
Oh?
Yeah. Doc says we'll split the food 3 ways, you see. But I says, you guys just give me $5 a piece and I'll take care of the groceries, I says.
You did. That's food for 3 men for 3 days.
Yeah. Them chumps went for it, too. And here's the $10. I ought to be able to feed a dozen guys for that much dough, and my own groceries won't cost me a nickel.
Have I got a surprise for you?
Yeah?
I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC has brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed with Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble and Elvia Allman as Cora. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly. The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber McGee and Molly, transcribed. The show was written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute. You'd be a poor businessman to invest money without determining what your dividend would be. So I'd like to tell you what return you'll receive on your investment in your community chest. Normally, about 40 out of 100 families receive directly services of some kind from one or more red feather agencies during the year. Such services include aid to the handicapped, to orphan children, to the aged, and to the sick and needy. All families benefit indirectly because these services work to make your community a healthier, happier, better place in which to live. This year, it's a bigger red feather because the United Red Feather campaigns must raise $18 million extra to provide for the United Defense Fund services, which include 273 USO clubs, USO camp shows, American Relief for Korea, and many others. When you make your contribution, give enough to cover normal needs, plus an extra amount for the added services made necessary by this defense emergency. Give the United Way. Tomorrow's the big day. The day that Mr. McGee and his friends leave for a duck hunting trip up to Lake Wapahokee. Here in his living room, surrounded by hip boots, shotgun shells, and warm clothing, is the great hunter himself. He speaks.
Ah, boy, oh boy, what a trip this is going to be, Molly. Just think of us happy hunters up there in that happy hunting ground, the finest duck country in the whole state.
Do the ducks know that?
They'll know it when I start shooting, Tootsie. When I cut loose with my rusty old 12-gauge, or my trusty old 12-gauge, them ducks will start ducking for miles around.
Mm-hmm.
Just picture us, me and Doc and Herb Travis, hunkered down in a blind on the shores of Lake Wapahokee. We just sit quiet, real quiet. Excitement grips us. A cold chill runs down my spine.
You're probably sitting in the puddle again. You always come home from duck hunting with your hip pockets full of ice water.
I take this trusty little duck call, place it to my lips, and gently and sweetly I sound the plaintive mating call of a lovesick lady mallard.
Are you sure that isn't a lovesick moose?
Oh, no, I guess not.
Or an elk, maybe?
No.
Sounds exactly like an elk, now that I think of it.
Oh.
You know that elk from Des Moines that sat on your lighted cigar at the last convention? He bellowed like a...
Okay. Have your fun. Scoff if you want to. Deride. But by George, you'll sing a different tune when I come back here with a limit of ducks.
I'm sure you'll get a lot of them, dearie.
Well.
Mother's just joking.
Yeah.
But look, seriously, isn't there a little chore you have to do at the grocery store today?
Buy the groceries for the trip? Sure, I got the list all made out here.
You're going to buy all the food for all of you, huh?
Didn't I tell you last night? Doc and Herb wanted to split it 3 ways, see? But I just said for them to give me $5 apiece, and I'll buy all this stuff. Doc don't realize that for $10 I can feed a dozen guys. I guess he never does any grocery shopping.
When did you last do any grocery shopping?
Oh, I used to go to the store for my mother all the time. 3 pounds of corned beef and a head of cabbage I used to get. She always let me keep the change out of the quarter. Oh, I suppose things have gone up a little since them days.
A little, he says. Oh, don't go to the grocery store without me, dearie. I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Okay, you go get ready.
Incidentally, dearie, I'm getting used to this pile of equipment in the middle of the floor here.
Good.
Mm-hmm. But these things, are you going to take these?
My long flannels?
Oh, my God.
You said it, I'm going to take them. Gets plenty cold up there on that lake, kiddo, and I wouldn't be...
Well, now, would you mind taking them off the piano? They look so sad hanging there. I'll go put on my face and be ready in a minute.
No hurry. Guess they do look kind of silly on the piano. Look kind of silly on me, too, as a matter of fact. But, boy, these flannels are sure warm. I hope they're still long enough for me. They look like they might have... Come in!
Hi, Mr. Hunt.
Oh, hello, Teeny.
Oh, look at these.
Huh?
Say, Mr. McGee, do you wear Dr. Denton's, too?
Huh?
I got some sleepers like those, I bet you. Aren't they wonderful and warm?
Oh, well, you see,
Hey, why don't you cut the feet off of them, Mr. McGee? The feet. Why don't you cut the feet off? Did you get too big for them?
No, these aren't. Well, I mean, you see...
You know, that's what my mama does. When I outgrow mine, I bet you she cuts the feet off of them. And...
Yeah, well, I'll put them in my duffel bag. Let's forget the sleepers, Teeny.
Okay, I like them now.
Good.
Hey, what's all the junk all over the floor for, Mr. McGee?
That junk, sis, as you
Can
call...
I have it? I'll run get Willie and we'll bring his wagon back.
No, wait, sis. Hey.
Mr. McGee, we'll haul it away for you.
No.
We'll sell it to the junk man and get $1 for it.
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. Part of CARE's work overseas is a self-help program to encourage people to help themselves. With modern plows and farm tools, CARE is assisting struggling farmers in such places as India and Greece to increase the yield of their lands. The implements circulate among many farmers so that the whole community benefits. CARE ships tools to young apprentice carpenters in Germany and midwifery kits to ensure the health of infants and mothers in underprivileged countries. It also sends food, textiles, and books to many parts of Europe and Asia. Contents of the packages are designed to meet the needs of the particular areas and are selected by CARE representatives, dietitians, and others in the countries to which the parcels go. CARE is also active in the Philippines, assisting rural areas equipped community centers, which are part of an educational program whose object is to raise productivity and the standard of living. Donations made to CARE are deductible from income taxes. Requests for information, package orders, or contributions may be sent to CARE, New York, or CARE, Los Angeles.
You may have to help me carry the groceries back to the car, Molly, because I'm going to need quite a bit of stuff.
I'll be happy to.
First thing I got on the list is a good big ham. Then a couple dozen cans of pork and beans. They're great on a hunting trip because you can eat beans so many different ways. They're good hot and they're good cold or for breakfast. I'll pick up a few good thick steaks, too, because that's...
Oh, this is breaking my heart. You poor, dear, sweet, simple lad.
Huh?
Come on, let's go inside.
Grab a basket, kiddo, while I check over my list here. I'll pay for the stuff as I go.
Yes, you will. Through the nostrils, I might add.
Come on, let's hit the meat counter first. They got some pretty good-looking stuff in that showcase. Hey, Butch. Yes, sir? I'd like a nice, big smoked ham, Bud. One of them in the showcase there. Yes, sir? not that one. Give me the one on the end, the big one.
All right, sir. I'll throw this on the scale. And let's see.
I guess you got change for a 5, all right. That's the smallest I got.
That's $27.80, sir. What else?
Yike! You mean to stand there up to your third chin in the dirtiest apron west of the stockyards and tell me that measly slab off of the back end of a badly smoked pig is $27?
And 80 cents, he says.
Well, by George, he's not going to stab me in the back with them cutthroat prices. You'll hear about this, Buster.
I hear about it 40 times a day, Mac.
Well, you'll hear about it some more. I'll write to my congressman about this. I'll have you investigate it. That's what I'll have you in. What's our congressman's name, Molly?
Who knows? Our senator I know is Senator Harper. I remember his name on... Stand aside, dearie. Here's a customer.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, Butcher.
Oh, hello, Senator. And what can I do for you, sir?
Let me have that ham you're holding there, will you?
Right, sir. I just waited, Senator. It comes to $27.80. Big ham.
Fair enough. My wife shops all over town, and she says your meat prices are the lowest she's found.
We try. Charlie, wrap this ham for Senator Harper, will you?
You want to talk to him, dearie? Have him investigate?
No, let's go look at the canned goods. Oh, this is just awful.
Mm-hmm.
Look at them eggs. 90 cents a dozen. 90 cents! I could buy a hen for 90 cents and lay my own eggs.
You'd never get a dozen of them by tomorrow, though.
Oh, I can wait.
You could come shopping with me every day, dearie. This sort of thing has been going on for... hello, Mrs. McDonald. Yeah, it's murder, isn't it? Mrs. McDonald.
Let's look over this way. Doc likes asparagus, maybe a few cans of asparagus. Holy smoke, look at those prices.
Yep.
Asparagus tips, 89 cents. Asparagus stalks, 79 cents. Broken pieces, 69 cents. Asparagus leaves, 49 cents. Roots, oh, this is ridiculous.
This is no news to me, sweetheart. I bought some things here yesterday, and they went up twice before I could get to the cashier with them. It's not the grocer's fault. He's as bad. Hello, Mrs. Curry. Yeah, it's murder, isn't it? Mrs. Curry.
Yeah. Let's get hold of the clerk and see if he's got any bargains. I gotta get enough food to feed us 3 guys while we're up at that lake, and my gosh, I don't know. Hey, Bud, you a clerk?
Yes, sir. Can I help you, sir?
I got a problem, Bud.
Who hasn't?
You see, 3 of us guys are going ducking up to Lake Wapahokee tomorrow, and I'm buying the groceries. I only got $10 to spend.
$10 for the 3 of you?
That's right.
You got any suggestions?
Yeah. I can solve that very neatly for you, sir. Just leave the other 2 fellas at home.
Oh, no, I can't do...
Well, I got an even better idea. Stay home yourself, take the $10, and take the little lady here out to dinner.
Oh, that's the best idea.
Oh, cut it out, will you? My gosh, I promised Doc and Herb I'd get all the food, and ain't you got any bargains at all, Bud?
Oh, indeed we have, sir. Right over here is our daily bargain counter.
Oh? Say, look at all the cans there, McGee.
Any can on this counter, 15 cents, sir. Help yourself.
Well, now we're getting someplace. I told you I'd find a bargain, Molly. Let's see what they got. Let's see. Canned rutabagas. Jellied turnips.
There's some pickled squash.
Canned rutabagas.
Spinach.
Canned rutabagas.
Here's some... No, dog food.
Oh, this is disgusting. Dad rat. What am I going to do, Molly? I got to feed us guys good. We'll be hungrier than... Look, how much money you got with you?
About $6.
Is that all you got?
Well, I have the house payment in my purse. It's not due till the first, but I thought as long as we've got it, I'd stop by the bank.
We'll make the house payment later, baby. Today I'm going to live. Hey, Butcher, wrap me up a ham.
What? But you can't.
What the heck? It's only money. Get some canned asparagus, Molly. The tips, kiddo. Help me fill this basket with goodies.
That's the spirit.
Canned artichokes, plum pudding. Boy, oh boy, me and Doc and Herb are going to... Oh, hi, Mort. Yeah, it's murder, ain't it, Mort? Mort Toots. Ah, boy, this is going to...
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. During the past quarter century, more listeners have enjoyed more radio programs on NBC than on any other network. Today, when you tune to the station where you hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes, you're assured of hearing the finest in music, drama, comedy, and mystery. Tomorrow evening, there's laughs for your whole family when NBC brings you the Bob Hope Show and the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. Special guest on the Bob Hope Show tomorrow will be Burt Lancaster. You'll enjoy a laugh a minute when Bob and Burt present a fun-filled dramatic parody. And you'll also enjoy the musical moments provided by lovely Margaret Whiting and the Les Brown Band of Renown on the Bob Hope Show. Later, when it's time for the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, tune to this same station for the fast-paced mirth and music that makes Friday night one of the week's most listenable evenings. Every Friday night, you'll find an hour of stellar comedy and scintillating music on the Bob Hope Show and the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. Hear them both on most stations of the NBC radio network.
Well, tomorrow's the day, kiddo. Doc and Herb are going to pick me up at 6:30.
We'd better get to bed.
You'll be okay now while I'm gone. Will you be okay? You're sure?
Sure, fine. I'll miss you, but I'll be okay.
Good.
Monica Miller's going to stay over here with me. Her husband's out of town, too.
Yeah, well, you go on up to bed, kiddo. I think I'll practice up with my duck call a little.
McGee, put that thing away.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC has brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed with Jack Crucian as the butcher, Tony Michaels as the clerk, and Ken Christie as Senator Harper. This is John Wall inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Tonight, laugh with Can You Top This on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Have you heard? The Series E Savings Bond has been improved. Improved remarkably. Now it earns more money than ever before and in less time. Improvement number 1, an earlier maturity date. Now your Series E Savings Bond matures in only 9 years and 8 months from the date of issue. Improvement number 2, an improved rate of interest. Now 3% compounded semi-annually when your bond matures. But if you want to hold your bond longer, you can. You can hold it up to 10 years more. Because the improved Series E Savings Bond goes right on earning you a handsome 3% interest compounded semi-annually. So why wait? Put your money to work for you today. Invest in the improved Series E Savings Bond. Sign up for the payroll savings plan where you work. Or if you're self-employed, the bond-a-month plan where you bank. You'll feel more secure tomorrow if you buy United States Savings Bonds today.
Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to get started, Molly. Look what a beautiful morning. You got the lunch packed yet?
I'm hurrying as fast as I can, McGee.
Doc and Herb will be here any minute. Boy, when I think of all them little fat ducks up there at Lake Wapahokee just waiting for me to get there. Hey, you got the lunch packed yet?
You take it easy, dearie. If I hadn't spent 35 minutes getting you out of bed, I wouldn't have to rush like this now.
No, I was tired, kiddo. Don't forget I was up half the night taking my shotgun apart and cleaning it.
And don't you forget I was the one who put it back together for you. I'm as tired as you are.
Hey, be sure and put a lot of mustard on the sandwiches, will you, Molly? Plenty of mustard.
Dr. Gamble doesn't like mustard.
That's what I mean. Once old Fatso gets his grabby little hands in that lunchbox, Herb and I may as well choose up for the wax paper, because that's all that'll be left. Put plenty of mustard on them. Let me see. I got my stuff all ready to go. My pocket full of cigars, chocolate bars. Better get my hat. Hey, Molly, you seen my hat? My hunting hat?
Look on your head.
Huh? Oh, thanks, kiddo.
Well, here's your lunch, sweetheart.
Good.
I made 5 sandwiches apiece, and there's apples and bananas.
Swell. That'll last us till noon anyhow. I always get hungry when I start on the trip. We got a 400-mile ride ahead of us, you know.
Well, you are equipped, sweetheart.
I always go first class.
This living room's going to look mighty empty when you get all that junk out of here. If I were you, I'd leave half of it at home.
Oh, I can't do that, Molly. There isn't a thing here that I don't need in case something I brought along don't work. On trips like this, you got to be prepared for emergencies, like the pioneers in the old covered wagon days.
Now I know why they had those wagons covered.
Hmm?
They must have been a mess inside.
Ooh, 6:30. I wonder what's keeping them guys. I think I'll call the doctor and see.
Oh, there they are, sweetheart. There's the doctor now.
Oh, boy, good. I got my hat and my duck call.
Hey, McGee, let's go!
Start piling me up with this stuff, kiddo. I'm going to have to make a few trips.
All right, hold still.
And hang this lantern over my arm and give me my duffel bag. That's it. I'll take the boots under this arm. There. Drape the raincoat over me and pile the blankets up on my arms here, and you can put the first aid kit under my chin.
Hello, Dr. Gamble.
Good morning, my dear. I see you're busy getting Junior's gear ready. Where is the little man? In bed?
Right here, Doctor, under this pile of equipment.
Don't just stand there, Fatso. Lead me to the door.
Well, you'll have to excuse my confusion, McGee, but this is the first time I've ever seen a war surplus store with feet.
Come on, funny man.
Are you sure you'll need all this stuff? We're just going up to Lake Wapahokee. We're not going to open up the west. It's open.
Which way's the front door? This stuff is getting heavy.
Not that way, dear. You're going into the kitchen.
Oh.
I'll hold the front door open, Doctor. Lead him out.
Yeah, over here, McGee. More to the left. Yeah. That's it.
Watch the steps now, sweetheart.
Grab some of this stuff, Herb, will you?
Sure, Fib. Hi, Miss McGee. Here, give me that.
Hello, Herb. You've got a pretty day.
Oh, this ought to be a great trip, Miss McGee. I haven't been humming since I was a kid.
You guys stuff this stuff of mine in with your stuff, will you? I'll run get some more stuff. You got room in the trunk for that stuff, Doc?
Oh, brother, when this boy travels, he travels.
Now, here's his raincoat, suntan oil, and mosquito net.
I'll take it.
Here's some lunch I packed for you.
Oh, swell. Thanks, Molly.
Yeah, here's the box of groceries, fellas. Help me get it in the trunk, Doc.
Give us a hand, Herb.
Yeah.
That's it. Looks like we'll eat, boys.
Put that axe and shovel in here, and the shells, and my gun. Well, that's it, fellas. Let's get rolling. Lake Wapahokee, here we come.
Now, please be careful, boys, and have a good time.
Yeah, we will. So long, Molly.
You take care of yourself, Molly. And we'll bring you a lot of nice ducks to see.
I'll miss you. Have fun and be careful.
We will. Bye. Lock up good at night.
Goodbye, Miss McGee. Goodbye, my dear.
Bye, boys. Keep your eye on McGee, Doctor.
Don't you worry, my dear. When that boy has a gun in his hand, we don't take our eyes off him for a minute. Bye.
Well, there he goes, bless his little heart. I think I'll call the hardware store and order a popcorn popper. It's going to be mighty quiet around here the next few days.
Back to Wistful Vista in a minute. Within the next 5 years, millions of additional children will crowd the elementary schools. Unless communities begin today to prepare for this increased enrollment, our children and our nation will suffer. The kind of education your child receives must be a matter of vital concern to you. It will affect his whole life. It will determine his eligibility for college, his training for a job, his usefulness as a citizen, and his very happiness. If America is to provide enough teachers and enough classrooms so that our children can receive a decent education, each of us must take immediate steps to improve some of our local school systems. Hundreds of thousands of additional teachers must be enrolled. This means making the teaching profession attractive to young people, attractive both financially and prestige-wise. If you're interested in meeting this challenge to our children's future, join and work with local civic groups and school boards, actively seeking to improve educational conditions. Better schools make better communities. Good citizens everywhere are helping.
How much farther is it to the lake, Doc? Oh, about 50 miles from that last turnoff, Herb. You getting tired? Oh, my neck's a little stiff. Pull up. I'll drive for a while. No, you drove the last 100. Why don't we wake McGee up? It's his turn. No, don't do that. Let that sleeping dog lie, I always say. Let's not invite trouble. Yeah, but he's been sleeping ever since we left town. You and I have been doing all the driving. Yeah, I know. Isn't it wonderful? Wonderful. Well, it's a little hard to explain, but by the time we start back home, I think you'll understand. You've never been on a hunting trip with McGee, have you?
No, I haven't been hunting at all since I was a kid.
Well, this will be a fascinating experience for you, my boy. I better brief you a little.
Yeah?
Like, for instance, if you wake up about midnight with somebody stomping around the cabin, striking matches and rattling dishes, that'll be McGee. He gets hungry.
Oh, fine. He always get up to eat?
Always. And if you hear a howl around 2 or 3 a.m., sort of like a bobcat with a cut throat, that'll be McGee. After he eats, he has nightmares.
Sounds pretty gruesome. Anything else?
Well, there's the bear traps.
The what?
He's terrified of bears. Didn't you see the bear traps he brought?
Oh, you're kidding. No bears in this country?
Well, just don't walk around outside in your bare feet till he tells you where the traps are. He changes them around every night to confuse the bears.
What bears? That's the craziest
I don't know what bears. He's never caught any yet. But those traps can break your leg. What are you stopping for? You tired?
No. I don't know. Maybe I ought to bail out here. I got a wife and 2 kids.
Oh, take it easy, Herb. I've hunted with him for years. You just have to take a few extra precautions.
And I think you're pulling my leg anyhow, Doc. Nobody'd bring bear traps on a duck hunting trip to this country.
Where are we? We there? Is this it?
No, McGee. Still 50 miles to go.
Oh. Well, I better get some of my gear straight. Have you seen my bear traps?
Hand me my sleeping bag, Doc. I'll hitch a ride back.
What's the matter with him?
He's a little nervous. His first hunting trip. You know how it is.
Oh, sure. Well, there's nothing to be ashamed of, Herb. I was the same way. Come on, get back in. You're probably tired, boy. I'll drive the rest of the way.
McGee, watch where you're driving. You're bouncing the car all over the road.
Stop beefing, will you, Doc? I know what I'm doing.
Well, you better go easy, Fib. This dirt road's a little rough. A lot of chuck holes.
I'm watching the road. I've seen every one of them chuck holes.
And you've hit every one of them, too. So far, you got a perfect score.
Well, maybe you'd like to drive.
Yes, I would.
Well, okay, it isn't your turn.
I believe you like this. Just because you once had an uncle who was a cowboy is no reason to bounce us all over the... What was that, McGee?
Sounded like something dropped out of the bottom of your car, Doc.
Some road.
What was that, McGee?
Well, whatever it was, you didn't need it in the first place because we're still going, ain't we? Anyway, this road is too narrow to turn around. It's too dark anyhow. We'll pick it up on the way back.
If we ever get back. McGee, if I ever ask
Hey,
you...
fellas, there's the lake up ahead. We're here.
Yeah, I see it, Doc. Right through them trees. Oh, look at that moonlight.
I hope it's not a mirage. I wouldn't want to go through another mile of road like we just went through.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, what the hokey, here we are. Yahoo!
There's the cabin down on the left.
Yeah.
Will I be glad to stretch.
Hey, it looks like a pretty nice little cabin, fellas.
Oh, it looks like a Waldorf Astoria to me at this point. I'm tired.
And hungry. Gee, isn't this beautiful country?
Look at that lake. I'll bet that baby's loaded with ducks.
Well, come on, let's get unpacked, man.
Yeah.
I'll take the bags and blankets in.
Oh, I'm starving.
Yeah, me too.
Give us a hand with this gear, McGee. Okay. Herb and I'll take this stuff in and get the fire started. You get the groceries out of the trunk, will you?
Okay, but be careful with the fire now, Fatso. You know what happened the last time.
Yes, I know. That's why we're making it this time.
Well, I got the sleeping bags in, Doc. What's next?
You can give me a hand with some of this cooking equipment. Boy, am I starved. Me too.
Hey, Doc. I got a little bad news for you. I dropped the food.
Come on, Herb. Butterfingers is at it again. Luckily, it's mostly canned goods. All right, McGee. Where did you drop it?
Well, you remember on the way up here when I hit that big bump and something fell out of the car?
Uh-huh.
I figure it's about a mile and a half back down the road there because... Now, wait a minute, Doc. I'll go. Put the gun down. I'll go.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Has your radio been on all day? You know, in almost every case where someone's been home all day, I'd be pretty safe in betting that your radio played almost constantly. It's that way in millions of American homes. The radio is a friendly companion and a top source of entertainment. And throughout the past quarter century, more people have listened more to NBC radio than to any other single source of entertainment. And today, as always, millions of Americans every day tune to the station where they hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes. For they know that the chimes are their invitation to the finest in radio entertainment. And this week especially, we'd like to invite you to join us on Sunday to hear many great new and different programs presented on the NBC radio network. You'll hear a host of stars, a world of information, and a day filled with the best dramatic entertainment. So won't you make it a date to tune to this station for the NBC radio network on Sunday? You'll be pleasantly entertained.
Hey, Doc. Doc. Hey, Doc.
John, what? What's the matter, McGee?
I'm hungry.
Oh, go to sleep.
Yeah, but gee,
Go to sleep!
Okay. Good night.
NBC has brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed with Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Campbell and Parley Bear as Herb Travis. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again next Monday for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Tonight, laugh with Can You Top This on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Mate Pens bring you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show was written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutton. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. One of the outstanding characteristics of a democracy is the right of each individual to worship according to his conscience and his beliefs. The churches of America symbolize the belief of many that through community worship we can gain the moral strength and courage to lead a good life. They symbolize the important role which religion has played in the shaping of our nation. Each day, thousands turn to their religious leaders for personal guidance and for material help. Without religion, many of these people would have nowhere to turn in their hour of need. All of us recognize the important role played during the war by chaplains of all faiths in helping our soldiers adjust to military life. Thus, it is manifest that religion is an important part of the moral fiber of America. It was the need to worship which drove our forefathers to leave their native lands and come here. Let us not forget the importance of the church in our lives. Let us, through recognition of moral and spiritual hungers, guide ourselves and our families toward a way of life which bespeaks peace and harmony and goodwill toward all men. Some 400 miles from the city of Wistful Vista, right in the middle of the duck hunting country, is Lake Wapahokee. And here on the shore of the lake is a cabin. Inside this cabin are 3 mighty hunters, 3 mighty disgusted hunters, because outside the cabin it's raining.
Boy, if this ain't the rottenest luck I ever saw. Drive all the way up here to hunt ducks, and I never saw it to fail.
How many cards you want, Doc?
Look at that rain.
I'll take 2 cards, Herb.
All the dirty, miserable breaks I ever got. This is the dirty, miserablest.
How many cards you want, Sid?
Pouring down out there. Pouring down. All day long it's been pouring.
McGee, are you playing poker or counting raindrops?
Take it easy, Fatso. I'm playing.
Well, how many cards do you want?
And give me time. I'm thinking. This ain't a game of luck, you know. It's a game of skill. See, I could keep these 2 here. Or I could throw them 2 away and keep these 3 here.
Well?
Give me 4 cards.
4.
Well, you guys said last hand I couldn't have 5. So let me have 4. I'll keep 1 for good luck.
Give Diamond Jim Brady 4 cards, Herb.
There you are, Fib. 4. I'll play these. It's up to you, Doc.
Oh, if you're playing those, I pass. McGee?
I'll pass without looking. Look at that range.
I've got 3 aces.
Beats me. I got 3 ladies.
How about you, McGee?
Let's see. I saved the 10. I drew a jack, queen, king, and ace. Hey, that's another one of them, what's called straight. What do you know about that?
Well, the dumb, addle-brained luck
Skill, Docky, my boy, skill. It ain't easy to figure what card to keep when you got 5 to choose from.
I know.
That range. Here we drive 400 miles up here to hunt ducks, and all we've hunted so far is pots and pans to put under the leaks in the dad-ratted roof. Listen, there's another leak.
That makes 9 so far.
Here's a pan. How's this?
I don't know, Doc. Sounds a little off-key to me. Doesn't it, Fib?
Let's see. Yeah, that's a little sharp, Docky. Try the big pot. No, not the one under your belt. The one on the table there.
This one? Okay, how's that?
Yeah, that's better. Perfect B flat.
Hey, that's an idea. Music.
What?
I'm tired of this card game. How about a little close harmony?
Close harmony.
Yeah, why not? You're a tenor, you claim. Herb sings baritone, I can sing in the middle.
With you in the middle, Broadbeam, the closest Herb and I can come to each other is about 10 feet.
Hey, the saucepans. I know what we could sing.
What?
Come on over here to where all the leaks are. I'll
All
show you. Hand me that bucket, Fib.
That's it.
Listen, you hear that?
Yeah, but I don't see what
It's a perfect accompaniment for the anvil chorus. Listen.
How's that?
That's pretty clever, Herb.
Yeah. Not a new idea, of course.
Oh.
When I was in vaudeville with Fred Nittany, the guy that him and me had us vaudeville act together from Starved Rock, Illinois together, we were on the bill one time with a couple of Swiss bell ringers that they used to take glasses of water and play all kinds.
Hey, come on over here, you guys. I got some pans over here. Come on, listen to this. The Toreador song.
What?
Da 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 dee da dee da 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 dee da dee da da dee.
Oh, yeah? Well, wait till you hear this, you guys. Ladies and gents, bringing you for the first time on this continent, the one and only Fibber McGee, accompanied by 3 pots and a water glass, in his own original rendition of Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle, riding on a stuck-up feather, and called it. Ah, for the dead rat.
Why so bitter, Butterball?
Oh, look at this. I
Matter?
was going to write Molly a letter, but this corny old pen I found up here is leaking all over me.
Oh?
Doggone it, if I'd have brought along my good Papermate pen, I wouldn't have ink all over my hands and all over my clothes.
The Papermate pen won't leak, huh?
No. If you'd write your prescriptions with a Papermate, maybe the druggist could read them.
Oh.
Papermate ink dries quick to ink, and it won't smudge or smear.
Or transfer.
Right. The reason you don't get all messy with it is because the point is always clean on a Papermate. Never needs wiping, Doc.
Ah, that's Papermate. The only pen that's approved by bankers and school principals, right?
Right. They only cost $1.69, too.
And they come in 7 different color stylings, right?
Right. And wait a minute. Who's telling this anyhow?
We both are, Sonny.
Oh.
Like anyone who does a lot of writing, I know all about the Papermate pen. I've got one in each color. Here, use this one.
Well, why didn't you say you had a Papermate with you, large bucket? I'll write a quick note to Molly, and we can mail it when we get home. Want to play another game of darts?
No, not me. What time is it?
1:30. Too early to start dinner. Want to play some anagrams? 20 questions? Canasta? Tennis, anyone?
Is the rain letting up a little, or am I just getting used to it? It doesn't sound as bad as it did.
I'll take a look. Here. It's easing up a little. I can see the front porch.
Gee, this is mighty discouraging. Darn it, I think I'll clean my gun again.
I already cleaned mine 4 times. New gun, too. I'd like to shoot it a little at this point.
Yeah, me too. But I'll tell you one thing. If this rain ever does let up and we get out in that duck blind, you'll really get some shooting, Herb. Boy, when I start working that duck call of mine on them ducks...
Hey, how about that duck call, Fib? This stuff's all new to me, you know. How's that thing work, anyhow?
Oh, don't ever ask him a thing like that, Herb. Now you've done it. I think I'll go sit in the car. If he's going to start that thing... Oh, I drowned before I went 3 steps. Oh, brother, we're stuck.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Doc. I didn't mean to start anything.
Now, here's the picture, Herb. I and you and Doc here are sitting there in the blind, see, waiting, see, and the ducks come over high, out of range.
So you call them and we shoot them, huh? Well, good. Thanks a lot.
Oh, it ain't that easy, Herb. As the ducks come over, I take my duck call, hold it gently to my mouth, lip it like a saxophone player doing a solo run on Hindustan, and send forth the plaintive mating call of a lady mouse, like this.
Does a duck sound like that?
No.
Just exactly. I call to the ducks. Way up high in the sky there. They answer me. I answer them. And the whole flock wheels down towards the lake and answers me.
Oh, for the love of...
I answer them again. And they come a little closer and answer me.
When do we start shooting?
Any minute now.
I answer them back again.
Hand me my shotgun, Herb.
And they answer me back again.
The next duck that answers, I'm going to start shooting. Stand aside, Herb.
Oh, okay, Sourpuss, okay. My gosh, a guy can't have any fun around you at all. It's raining Persians and pointers out there. We can't go hunting without drowning. Nobody wants to play canasta. I'm tired of throwing darts, and it's too early to start dinner. My gosh, what are we going to do, you big grouch?
Do we have to be doing something? Can't we just sit here?
Yeah, let's just talk, huh?
Talk?
Yeah, this is my first hunting trip, you know. I don't know much about it. You guys could tell me about this.
Well, my gosh, I'll never forget my first hunting trip, Herb.
Uh-oh.
It was up in the North Woods. I was tracking a moose through the snow, and I'm telling you, boy, it was cold. It was so cold my footprints kept running ahead of me to keep warm. I realized it was pretty chilly when I seen a 60-foot pine tree slapping its limbs together to work up circulation. But I didn't really know how cold it was till I seen that wind. You know how the wind always whistles through the trees?
Yeah?
Well, this wind didn't whistle. It just puckered up and froze that way.
It was cold, Herb.
Yeah, cold.
Yes, sir. Well, I kept following them moose tracks till suddenly they changed to bear tracks. The biggest grizzly bear tracks I ever saw. I kept on. 2 days and 2 nights I trailed that bear, and suddenly I seen him. He was standing on a ridge, silhouetted against the sky. He had a pack mule in his mouth, and he was holding that moose under one arm. He was big.
Well, you're the biggest.
It was a perfect shot. I raised my rifle, chipped the ice off the trigger, took careful aim, and fired. And would you believe it?
I wouldn't.
That bullet came out of that hot rifle barrel, hit that change in temperature, and froze in midair 20 feet from that grizzly.
Oh.
I laid my rifle down, crept up till I was under that frozen slug, whipped out my cigar lighter, and held it under the bullet. Suddenly it thawed, there was a sharp bang and zingo. The bullet got that grizzly right through the heart.
Oh, this is too much.
I turned the moose loose, and the pack mule... Where'd Doc go?
Out to drown himself, I think.
Well, sir, that bear must have weighed a ton, because when I put him on my back...
Hey, wait for me, Doc.
The hell is story's not
Probably
that?
just well lemon out, I guess. I don't know how I never got that bear home, anyhow. I guess I'll open some more peanut butter and a little chocolate bar.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Entertainment, a one-word description of why most of us turn on our radio. And for the finest of all radio entertainment, we'd like to invite you to keep tuned to your NBC station throughout the day and evening. During the daytime hours, you'll find plenty of fun-filled shows to keep you amused and interested. NBC Radio will brighten your day and chase your blues away when you listen to such entertaining programs as The Bob Hope Show, Break the Bank, Strike It Rich, It Pays to Be Merry, The Phrase That Pays, and many, many more. There's music and laughs, drama and pathos on the NBC Radio Network every weekday. So make it a steady habit to set your dial to this station for top radio listening. And remember, tomorrow evening you'll hear songs by Miss Dinah Shore on her fine program, and by Frank Sinatra on his new show. Also, Tuesday nights on most NBC stations, listen to Frank Sinatra in the dramatic role of Rocky Fortune. Day or night, every day of the year. The familiar 3 NBC chimes are your invitation to wonderful radio enjoyment.
Well, gentlemen, I think we're going to get some hunting tomorrow. It's clear enough out there.
Well, it's about time. My goodness.
This is about what I usually expect at that. I never went duck hunting in my life that it didn't rain.
I did. Camped out in the tent for 3 days one time, never rained a drop.
Didn't, huh?
Nope. Snowed all the time.
Oh. Good night. Good night.
Good night, fellas.
NBC and Paper Mate Pens have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program transcribed. With Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble and Harley Bear as Herb Travis. This is John Wall inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly. Enjoy the Meredith Wilson Show weekday mornings on the NBC Radio Network. The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Tums bring you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show was written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutton. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute.
This is Don Wilson. Do you know why Tums are called the Don't Wait relief for acid indigestion? Well, it's simple. With Tums on hand, you don't have to wait even a minute for safe, pleasant relief. There's nothing to mix. You don't even need water. Yes, Tums go right to work, give you top speed relief whenever some favorite food, smoking, or overindulgence causes heartburn, sour stomach, or that unpleasant gassy fullness. Tums are so pleasant, minty tasting, just like candy. Here's something else really important. Tums are not water soluble, so they never over-alkalize the stomach, never cause acid rebound. That's another reason why millions of smart Americans always keep Tums handy. Always carry them in pocket or purse for record-fast, safe relief whenever or wherever acid indigestion strikes. So don't wait. Get Tums today. They're still only 10 cents a roll.
I don't know what time it is at your house, but it's 4:30 in the morning up here at Lake Wapahoe, where Mr. McGee and 2 of his friends are on a duck hunting trip. They're huddled around the table in their cabin right now having their breakfast.
More coffee, McGee? Herb? Still a couple of cups in the pot.
I'll take some more, Doc. Boy, I'm sleepy.
How about you, Herb? Coffee?
No thanks, Doc. I'm too excited. Well, I can't wait to get down there to that lake. I sure hope there's lots of ducks.
Yeah, we ought to get some good shooting, Herb. You just watch me, boy. Do like I do. You'll get ducks.
That you watch me advice is very sound, Herb. In fact, don't ever take your eyes off him.
It'd be a little hard to shoot ducks that way, won't it?
Well, when you're out with McGee and a loaded shotgun, there's a few little rules to remember. First of all, don't ever get in front of him.
Don't, huh?
No.
I don't like anybody in front of me, Herb. Makes me nervous.
Oh.
Yes, it makes him nervous, Herb. And the first time he shoots right over your shoulder, I imagine it'll rattle your nerves a little, too.
Yeah.
Oh, I wouldn't actually.
So remember, when we get into the duck blind, you and I stay behind him, see?
Right.
And when the ducks come in, watch it. Because if they sweep past us while he's shooting and he starts to pivot, don't mess around. Just fling yourself face down in the mud.
Flop down in the mud?
Oh, you'll get a little dirty, of course, but the dirt will come off. If you don't throw yourself flat, the top of your head will come off.
Oh, look who's talking. Ha! Don't worry about me, Herb.
Frankly, I'm worried about me.
Well, when we get out in that blind and get loaded up, you just keep your eyes on old Scattershot there. When he gets excited, he's murder.
More coffee, anyone?
No, thanks. When Doc Doc starts shooting, he sprays that 12 gauge around like he was watering the lawn.
Ha! Well, don't worry. I'll watch both of you. Oh, but hey, shouldn't we get started, fellas? It'll be daylight in half an hour.
Yeah, come on, blabbermouth. Get moving.
Okay.
We want to be down at that lake and all settled in the blind before it gets light. Put your dishes over there. We'll wash them later.
Yeah, well, here's mine. I'm going to go get some more shelves out of the car.
Boy, where did I put my boots? Oh, on the bed. Oh, boy, I'm stiff all over. My back aches, too.
Well, it's no wonder you're stiff, sleeping in a chair all night with a shotgun in your lap. Why didn't you go to bed?
You heard them noises outside, Doc. My gosh, how you could sleep with a wild animal stalking around out there trying to figure some way to get in at us, I'll never...
Wild animal, huh? A pine tree creaks in the wind and he starts screaming for Clyde Beatty. Hand me my hunting vest, will you?
Here. And for your big fat information, wise guy, I didn't want to say anything about this in front of Herb, see? This being his first hunting trip and everything. I didn't want to scare him. But there was a tremendous big animal out there last night. I think it was a bear.
Oh, stop
I'm
it.
telling you, Fatso, I seen it.
What?
I tried to wake you up for 10 minutes, but you were making so much noise snoring you couldn't hear it even thunder. So I finally took my shotgun and eased out the door. And out there through the trees, I seen its eyes glowing in the dark.
Oh, you probably
It was the giganticest thing I ever saw, Doc. It growled just once, like this. And I yanked the shotgun up and fired.
I suppose the shot just nicked his shoulder. The pain-crazed animal charged, and you finished him off with your hunting knife.
No, I missed.
Now I'm beginning to believe you. You think there really was something out there, huh? What was it, a cow?
A bear, probably. It took off when I shot, disappeared. So I come on back in.
Oh, I don't think it's... Hey, did you see any tracks outside there, Herb? McGee claims there was something outside the cabin last night.
Well, he's right. I was just going to tell you. Look what I found on the road out there.
You won't believe me, huh? What is it, Herb? A hunk of fur?
No, broken glass.
What?
You must have left your car lights on last night, Doc. Some dirty vandal took a pot shot at him and smashed both headlights.
What? McGee?
Oh, my gosh. Well, gee whiz, how'd I know what it was? Looked like a bear to me with them big eyes glowing.
Oh, that's
I'll
stupid.
pay for it. I'll pay for it.
Well.
Come on, Doc. Let's get down to the lake. Them ducks will start moving at daylight. Come on, Herb. Grab your gun. Quit fooling around.
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. Some people say our greatest heroes were the leaders of the American Revolution. Some say it was the colonists themselves. But actually, long before Washington and Paul Revere, other heroes were founding this nation. Citizen soldiers banded together to protect the early settlers against Indians. They were the first National Guardsmen. The famous citizen militia of the Revolutionary War continued their great tradition.
First,
And
we'll
today,
talk
too, men who want to protect their homes, their loved ones, in peace as in war, are joining the National Guard. Now, for the National Guard, for those of you between the ages of 17, you'll be interested in the opportunities that military will offer to you by the National Guard. Can you go to school, down a job, go to your local National Guard office. Find out how you can help keep your guard up. Join the National Guard.
Watch the mud hole there, fellas. Come on.
Watch the brush there, Herb. Come on.
Guy's getting gray. It won't be long, huh? Gee, I hope we get some ducks. My wife will get a big kick out of
Well,
it.
here we are, guys. Here's the blind. Hey, this is swell.
Yeah, it's nice and dry.
Yeah.
Set the lunch down.
Boy, we're right on the edge of the lake. So this is how you build a duck blind, huh? Just brush and corn stalks and...
Yeah, just camouflage, that's all. Now, when the ducks come in to light on the lake, you see...
Hey, I see some already, I think. Way up there. Those little specks, look.
They're too high, Herb. Keep your head down, though. Don't let them see you. Got to keep ourselves hidden.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, that's all right. You'll learn. Where's the shells?
Here, Doc.
You'll learn, Herb. As soon as I find my duck call here, the next flight that comes over, I'll start calling and bring them down low, see?
Well,
And when I blow it this time, Doc, don't slap me on the back and holler, look at him come. I nearly swallowed the dad rabbit thing the last time.
As I recall, I didn't holler, look at 'em come. I hollered, which way'd they go? You scared every duck in 20 miles. Sit down, Herb. We can shoot sitting and they won't see us.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of technique to this duck hunting, Herb. Anything at all you want to know, boy. Anything, you just...
Ask me. Right. I usually get the duck for all of it.
Oh, is that so? Now, just a darn minute, Braggy. You seem to have forgot who it was that shot the most ducks the last trip. 12 of them. It wasn't you, Fatso.
Wasn't you either. It was more toops. Hey, Fib, isn't that...
Okay, so it was more toops. But who was next with 10 ducks? It wasn't you.
Fib, it wasn't you either, blabberhead. It was Fred Krupp. Hey, fellas.
Yeah, but then who was next, wise guy? Aha, come on, admit it.
Fellas. Hey, hold it now.
Pipe down, Herb. Answer me, Fatso. Who was next? Who got the most ducks after Morton Fred Krupp? Who?
Okay, it was you.
Darn right it was me. And I got a picture of that duck to prove it, too.
One duck. Big deal.
Somebody ought to shoot, so here goes.
Oh, hey.
I got one, Doc. Fib, I got one. They're gone. My gosh, Herb, why didn't you warn us they were coming over? I'd have got 4 or 5 of them.
I tried to, but you guys wouldn't shut up long enough.
That's a good shot, Herb. How do you like that guy? His first time out, and he gets himself... Hey, watch it. Here comes some more. To the left. Low. Shoot, fellas. That's the old eye, Doctor. Got a pair.
Good shooting, Doc. I got another one.
Hey, why didn't you shoot, McGee? It was an easy shot.
If you will kindly remove your big fat carcass off of the box of shells, Butterbag, I'll load my shotgun. All the stupid places to set a tub of lard right on.
Easy now. Don't shoot too fast, fellas. Look at them come. I got one.
Miss.
I think you're leading them too far.
I think you're shooting behind them.
Sights must be crooked.
Oh, you'll get some ducks. Look, way down the lake. Here comes another flight.
Oh, there must be a million of them. They're heading right this way.
Keep your head down. We won't shoot this time. You take them, Sonny. You'll murder them.
Gee, thanks, Doc. Boy, I'll let them get so close I can't miss them. Hey, they're turning away. They went off.
Something scared them.
Howdy, kid. Good morning. Howdy. Oh, who the heck are you, Bud? Come busting in here scaring away the ducks. We're trying to hunt here.
Well, now, I didn't figure you were fishing, young fella. My name's Cloppinger, special county game warden for this lake only. I have to see your hunting license.
Oh, well, fortunately...
If you've got licenses, and if you ain't, I'll have to haul you up in front of Justice Peterson. Have to confiscate your ducks, too. I hope you got some mallard hens. They're my favorite.
Nice. Here's my license, Warden, right here.
Yeah, here's mine, Warden.
And here's mine, Bud.
Brand new one, huh? Well, shucks. Can't win every time, I guess.
No. Now, if you don't mind, you're scaring the ducks away standing here gabbing.
Caught a fella hunting without a license last week, though. 4 ducks he had, canvasback. My wife stuffed them with sage dressing, like a turkey.
Sounds fine. Now, if
Had Judge Peterson over for dinner. Got a mighty fine tooth for roast duck, the judge has.
Yeah?
Only fella I know that can bite into a roast duck and tell you if it's canvasback or spray. Claims the sprague are a little gamier, the judge claims.
Hey, look. Would you get your head down, Warden? There's another flock of ducks coming this way.
Hey, look at them come. Stay down, fellas. Quiet.
Well, I gotta get along. Left the judge back there.
Hey, Judge! Stay where you are. They got licenses. We'll find the other side of the lake, Judge.
Look at Why don't they just come out there and...
Gone. A mile high.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. Your radio dial is the key to a world of entertainment when you set it to this, your NBC station. Wherever you hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes, you know that wonderful radio entertainment awaits you. There's drama, mystery, music, news, and comedy. And tomorrow night in the comedy vein, be sure to listen to Groucho Marx with You Bet Your Life. It's a fast-paced half hour of question marks and laughs as Groucho throws barbed insults at his contestants from the studio audience. Of course, it's all in fun and all for fun when you set your dial to NBC Radio for Groucho Marx playing You Bet Your Life. Join him tomorrow. The same night, you can hear Willard Waterman in the blustering role of Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve, the great Gildersleeve, A riot of family comedy fun when Throckmorton bumbles his beleaguered way through another escapade as Summerfield's water commissioner. You'll agree we know that Wednesday's wonderful when you set your dial right here to this station for all of the fine entertainment broadcast over the NBC radio network. Listen tomorrow.
Ah, boy, I knew I'd get the range on them ducks if I stayed with it long enough. Look at that.
We really scored this time, didn't we? Gee, I've had a wonderful time. Been a great trip.
Sure be glad to see Molly tomorrow, though.
Yeah, we better get an early start. No headlights, you know.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, fellas.
NBC and Tums have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed. With Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble, Parley Fair as Herb Travis, and Jeff Kirkpatrick as the warden. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Laugh with Senator Ford and Can You Top This on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Papermate Pens bring you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please. I've got $100. 100 genuine United States dollars. And they're yours for a mere 75. Suppose you heard an offer like that. You'd jump at it fast, wouldn't you? So would I. Well, that's the very offer I'm making you today. I'm promising you a guaranteed return of $4 for every $3 you invest. And all you do is buy United States savings bonds. The improved Series E savings bond is better than ever. Not only does it mature in less than 10 years, but once it does, the Series E savings bond goes right on earning further interest. 3% compounded semi-annually for as long as 10 additional years. So sign up today for the payroll savings plan where you work, or the bond-a-month plan where you bank. It's the easy, painless way to save money and provide for our country's defense. You'll feel more secure tomorrow if you buy United States savings bonds today. Ever wonder what a wife does when a husband is away on a hunting trip? Well, here's a Mrs. McGee whose husband is due back from duck hunting this afternoon. She's downtown with a couple of pals at the Bonton Tea Room right now, just having herself a time.
Oh, I hope they have a table for us soon, girls. My feet are killing me.
Oh, mine too, Molly. Those shopping trips just wear me out. We must have walked 6 miles today.
Oh, at least. I wish those people over there had finished their coffee so we could sit down. I'm starving.
Jenny's always hungry. I'll stare at him. Maybe they'll get up and leave.
I don't think that'll do any good. The little chubby one is telling about her operation. You know how forever those stories take. Oh, if there's anything I hate, it's gabby women.
So do I. Just imagine telling people about your operation in a public restaurant.
Well, some people have so little in their lives to talk about. It must be her appendix. She keeps pointing to her right side with the salad board.
Appendix? Is that all? She should have gone through what I went through with those impacted tonsils of mine.
Impacted tonsils? I never heard of such a thing.
Oh,
well, if it was anything like that broken ankle of mine, I can imagine.
Oh, dear, here we go. Dr. Gamble said he'd never seen anything like it.
Broken in 2 places.
Pain was just murder. Had to take 3 shots.
Oh, I couldn't walk at all.
At least you could sit down after those shots I took.
Come on, girls, there's the table.
Where?
I see it. Hurry, that woman's after it.
Oh, that little snip who kept giving us the elbow in the bargain basement.
Heavenly days, not her again.
Quick, Mabel, get stuff in front of her. Block her off. I'll run put our packages on the chair.
No, please, waiting. I'll take her all your My, that was a wonderful lunch. Grand. As one turkey said to the other on Thanksgiving Day, I don't know about you kids, but I'm stuffed.
Small. Wasn't it, Jenny?
I must remember that. That is cute.
Yeah.
Oh, you got such a sense of humor, Molly. Well, McGee does that to me. He really thinks them up. Got a wonderful sense of humor, McGee has. He and the boys get home this afternoon, you know, girls. I'll be so glad to see him. Things aren't the same when he's not home.
Oh, I know what you mean, all right. Say, May, how come your Mort didn't go this time?
Well, he wanted to, but he couldn't find his shotgun. Oh, was he mad? Tore the whole house upside down.
Oh, that's too bad.
Well, I'm kind of glad he didn't find it. Every time he comes back from one of those hunting trips, all he talks about is ducks, ducks, ducks.
I'll be so glad to see my little man again.
If he'd just come home and give me the ducks and say, hello, May, what's new? I wouldn't have to hide his shotgun every season. But no. You should have seen me knock him down, he says. Got one with every shell. Bam, bam, bam. All day long. Bam, bam, bam. It's a wonder I don't wind up shell-shocked.
I guess you're in for the same thing today, Molly.
I don't care if he talks his little head off.
He will, too.
Call the girl and let's get our check. I'd better hurry on home. My boy'll be there any minute. Flowers on the end table. My hair is fixed nice. 4:30. They ought to be here by now unless they had a flat or something. Oh, there they are. Look at the whiskers on him. He looks just...
Hey, Molly. Oh, hi.
Hello, dearie. I'm so glad to see you.
Hi, Tootsie. I missed you.
You missed me that time, too, sweetheart. Take another run at it.
Huh? Oh. There.
That's better. Where's Herb and Dr. Gamble?
Out in the car helping me unload the rest of my stuff. Oh, boy, you should have been there to watch me knock down them ducks, kiddo. Bam, bam, bam. It was just raining ducks. You see this one here? Yeah, I got him with the first shot. Wham, just like that. Then these others came over. Bam, bam, bam.
Looks like Mabel was right.
Huh? Mabel was right about what?
Oh, she said you were a wonderful shot.
Oh, well, Mort probably told her about it.
Hey, Magumbo, where do you want me to put the rest of your hunting equipment?
Have it right there, Fatso.
With pleasure.
Welcome home, Doctor. You have fun?
Oh, just great, Molly. Very therapeutic getting outdoors like that. I'd like to tell you all about it, but Herb's out there, anxious to get home.
Well, I must say I've never seen so many ducks.
Oh, yeah. McGee wanted to show them to you. Let's split them up now, Sonny.
Split them up?
Yeah, these ducks aren't all mine, of course.
Oh.
Legal limits, you know. Some of these are Doc's and some are Herb's.
Oh, I see.
I got them all marked here. Let me see. Now, this one's mine. These three are Herb's. That one's mine. Those are Herb's. That one's Herb's. These are mine. That's your duck there, McGee. The rest are Herb's.
Heavenly days. He's a nice big fat one.
Yeah. He's okay. But wait till next time. I'm getting me a new shotgun next year. Then you'll really see something.
Yeah.
Bam, bam, bam. It's going to be raining ducks out there in Wapo. Hey, Molly, you seen my papermate pen? My papermate? You seen it?
It's over on the desk, dearie. I had to make out a check for the laundryman.
Well, you got the right idea. Making out the check with the papermate, because that's the pen that's approved by bankers all over the country.
Yes, I wonder if the people listening know that papermate is the only pen that's approved by school principals, though.
Oh, sure they do. And why? Because they know papermate ink dries the minute it hits the paper. And permanent. You can't smear it or transfer it onto something else.
You're telling me. Like your clothes, for instance, McGee, which I'm happy to say our cleaning bills are smaller since you don't have ink stains and smears all over your shirts and your good slacks anymore.
Well, Natch, papermate pens can't leak, that's why. So why don't you folks buy yourself a papermate pen? Try one. You'll see what we mean. You can get a papermate any place for only $1.69.
And just think, you can write as many as 70,000 words with a papermate without refilling.
Yeah, and if you don't know 70,000 words, buy one anyhow. You'll love it.
I'm so glad to have you home, dearie. Here, let me help you carry those coats and things upstairs.
Swell. First thing I need is a good hot shower.
And a shave, too. You could strike matches on your chin.
None of us shaved since we left home. Gave our faces a rest. Boy, did we have fun, Molly.
Now unpack your duffel bag and hang your things up. I want to hear all about the trip. Must have been wonderful.
Oh, boy, I never saw so many ducks. The first day up there, it rained.
Go ahead and take your shower, dearie. I can hear you out here. I'll be putting your clothes away.
Okay. Can you hear me from in here?
Fine. There's clean socks and underwear in the bathroom there. Just put the things you take off in the incinerator.
Huh? Put 'em where?
Oh, I meant the hamper, the laundry hamper.
Oh, okay. Can you still hear me all right? If I holler?
It's fine, sweetheart. Take your shower.
I want to fill you in on all the details while it's still fresh in my mind.
Good. Love to hear it.
Well, we left here Friday morning, you know, and we got up to Lake Wapahogee about 9 o'clock that night. First thing that happened, Doc and Herb had packed the car so careless that the groceries fell out on the way.
Oh, my. Some husbands sing in the shower, but my little man just talks.
Well, sir, luckily it was only about a mile back down the road, so I offered to go get 'em, see?
Groceries. That reminds me. Our own groceries haven't come yet. Himself will be starved to death when he gets out of that shower. I'm going downstairs, dearie. I'll be right back.
What'd you say?
I said I'll be right back.
No, I can wash my own back. Thanks. Well, like I say, the cabin was pretty dirty, and we had to sweep up and fix our dinner and everything. And then we hit the hay. Well, when we got up the next morning, it was pouring rain. We were standing on the...
I'd better phone the grocery store if that order isn't here yet, because...
Grocery boy! Hey, daughter, groceries!
Well, that's mighty fine timing. Hello, Mr. Oldtimer.
Hi, daughter. Put the stuff there over in the sink there. Where's Johnny?
He's upstairs. Got home about a half an hour ago.
You get any ducks? Any ducks?
Yes, yes.
Because if he don't know what to do with them, daughter, I'll take a couple of them off his hands.
Well, now, he only got...
I got the greatest recipe for roast duck you ever seen, daughter. Whole family recipe. Roast duck a la Grandma.
Grandma, huh?
Yep. Recipe's been the family for years. Grandma invented it. It was handed down from mother to daughter, daughter to son, son to brother, brother to aunt, aunt to daughter, daughter to mother, and mother handed it back to Grandma, who was so sick of the whole thing by that time that she tore it up.
Well, McGee only got one duck, so I guess we'll...
There's the boy, daughter. Sleeping?
No, he's taking a shower right now, Mr. Oldtimer. He'll be down.
Well, I'll run up and say hello. I'll tell him we missed him, anyhow.
I'll go with you. I'm unpacking his duffel bag while he gets cleaned up. He needed a shave pretty badly, and... Listen, he's still telling me about his trip.
So there we were, sitting in the blind, and the ducks started coming over.
Hi, Johnny. Welcome home.
What'd you say?
I said hi.
Yeah, they were high, all right. About a mile and a half. I started calling them in with my duck call, you see.
You had some good shooting, did you?
Hey, are you catching cold, kiddo?
No, I feel fine.
Sound kind of hoarse.
Do I sound hoarse to you, daughter?
No, you sound about as usual.
You sure your throat don't hurt, Molly?
Talking to you this time, daughter.
What'd you say, dearie?
I said you sound funny. Does your throat hurt?
No, the Old-Timer's out here.
Well, you better spray it.
Spray it? I'll come back to talk to him later, daughter, when he ain't got his ears full of soap. So long.
Goodbye. You'd better stop yelling now, McGee. You'll strain your voice.
Boy, that shower was good. You okay, kiddo?
I'm fine. Tell me more about your trip. I couldn't hear too well with the shower running.
Oh. I better start all over. Sit down. You see, we left here on Friday morning, and we got up there about 9 that night.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Someone once said that one of the nicest things about growing older was the memories we stored up in our youth. All of our memorable occasions are different, but all of them have one thing in common. They recall pleasure-filled times of days gone by. Tomorrow and every Thursday evening on the NBC radio network, one of show business's greatest entertainers, Eddie Cantor, dips deep into his memory book to recall the little-known stories about the wonderful entertainers he has known down through the years. And when Eddie tells these stories, you'll be carried away in a nostalgic era of glittering entertainment. So make it a date to join Eddie Cantor for his show business show every week on most stations of the NBC radio network. And in addition to the Eddie Cantor Show Business Show, be sure to listen for the Roy Rogers Show with Dale Evans and Pat Brady, and for Father Knows Best, starring Robert Young in the title role. Thursday is another pleasure-filled night on the NBC Radio Network. So tomorrow and every week, be sure to set your dial to the station where you hear the familiar 3 chimes, your invitation to the best in listening.
Car headed for home. And that's the story of my duck hunting trip.
Well, I'll go on up to bed, dearie. Lock up.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper-Mate Pens have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed, with Bill Thompson as the old-timer, Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Campbell, Mary Jane Croft as Mabel Toops, and Paula Winslow as Ginny. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Weekday mornings, enjoy the Meredith Wilson Show on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. Every weekday at this time, NBC brings you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute. We Americans have always been known as a generous people. Perhaps it's because we realize our good fortune in being in a position to give that we are so ready to share with those less fortunate in all parts of the world. Right now, in 1,800 separate community campaigns, the Community Chest is asking for $280 million, which is the amount needed to expand and carry out its current program. The United Community Campaign is a once-a-year appeal which serves all year round. When you give to your local community chest, you have the satisfaction of knowing that you are donating to worthy causes of all kinds, both in this country and abroad. You are helping to care for underprivileged children as well as for the lonely aged. You are showing your concern for our servicemen as well as for the Korean homeless. By eliminating many separate appeals, which would be more costly in money, time, and effort, your gift to the community chest is able to do more for the many. Bear that in mind when you make your contribution to the United Community Campaign. Give the United Way and give generously.
So that's what Mabel called about a while ago. She's so annoyed at that Mrs. Bradley. Can you hear me, McGee?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Because Mabel had the party line phone, see? And lately, every time she makes a call, the other party picks up the phone and listens in.
Anybody that's on a party line with Mabel Toops has my sympathy, kiddo.
Well, anybody could accidentally pick up the phone while the other party's using it. But you know what? Mabel told me that she kept count today, and this other party listened in on her calls 37 times.
37 calls? In one day?
Now, that is no accident. Mabel is just sure it's Mrs. Bradley who was on her line. Say, do you want some more coffee before I empty the pot?
No, I don't think so, kiddo. Want me to help you stack the dishes? What's the matter?
Are you having trouble with your wristwatch again?
No, why?
Mine says 5 after 7.
So does mine. Why?
Well, then what are you doing in your pajamas? If we're going to a masquerade, I'd better get dressed.
This is no costume, kiddo. This is something I should have put on at 7 o'clock last night. Instead of sitting in the living room there listening to old Doc Gamble tell how he shot down that duck that I was the one who shot it down, which started that argument that lasted till 3 a.m.
3 in the morning?
Yeah.
It's a good thing I went to bed at 11.
Yeah, I wish I had. Believe me, nothing like that's going to happen to me tonight. I'm beat. I'm going to bed right now.
You just run along, dearie. I'll see that you aren't disturbed.
Thanks. I'm really bushed. What with that hunting trip and all, I haven't had a good night's sleep in 5 days.
Well, you go ahead. Off to bed with you.
Okay.
And shut the upstairs door so the noises won't bother you.
Okay. Good night, kiddo.
Good night, sweetheart. Pleasant dreams.
I'll be asleep before I hit the top steps.
Ah, there goes a good kid. I don't care what anyone says about husbands. This one is more trouble than all the others put together. Now, if I can get these dishes finished early, I might be able to get some sewing done for a change. You, da, 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 you. Oh, I should have brought my sewing basket down from the bedroom. Maybe I can slip in there after he gets to sleep without waking him up. Oh, dear. I hope that didn't bother him because he's barely had time to get in bed. 79 Wistful Vista, Molly McGee speaking. Oh, hello, Mabel. Say, talk softly, will you? McGee's gone to bed early.
Hey, Molly.
Just a minute, Mabel. It's for me, dearie. Mabel Toops. Go on to bed.
Okay.
How's that, Mabel? Oh, I did hear somebody pick up the receiver. Yes. Listening in again, is she? Do you think it's Mrs., Mrs. Spradley? I don't like to say it because she might be. Wait, Mabel, somebody's at my back door.
Doctor boy!
Heavenly days, it's the old-timer. He'll wake McGee. Mabel, I'll call you back. Bye. Oh, dear.
Hi, daughter, where's Johnny?
He's gone upstairs to bed.
At 7:15?
Please try to keep your voice down, Mr. Oldtimer. Himself is awfully tired. Hasn't slept well for the past few days.
Oh, sorry, daughter. I'll be more careful. Kind of late with the groceries, but...
I beg your pardon?
I said sorry, daughter. I'll try to watch myself.
Listen. Didn't hear us, I guess.
Boy's having trouble sleeping, huh?
Yes, and he's so tired.
Papa had the same trouble. Just couldn't get to sleep nights. First he tried counting sheep, but that didn't work.
It didn't?
Nope. Every time he got up to 15, he'd doze off and lose count. Then he'd have to get up, throw cold water on his face, and start over again.
That's too bad.
Yep, but Papa didn't give up. He kept at it.
Just kept counting sheep, did he?
Yep. One night he did real good. Got up to 400. Was about to lock up the corral and turn in when a wolf jumped over the fence.
Heavenly day.
What a night that was. Woke Mama and all us kids up hollering, "Wolves, help, murder! Run for the hills, the killer is loose! Wolves!"
Hey, what happened? What's the matter? Hey, Molly. Molly, are you all right?
Everything's all right, sweetheart. Go back to bed.
Hi, Johnny.
Oh, it's you.
Didn't mean to disturb you. I was just relating an interesting anecdote.
Oh, hey, I see you got some more peanut butter, Molly. Hand me that bread, old-timer. I think I'll make myself a sandwich.
Make two.
But we just finished dinner 15 minutes ago.
I'm still hungry. Get me a knife, will you, Molly? I can't sleep on an empty stomach. I'm going to have a snack and go right to bed, old-timer, because I'm all wore out from...
More fun with the McGees shortly. Was that youngster around your house born during or after World War II? If he was, and you want him to get the best elementary education our public schools can give him, you ought to know these facts. Because of the huge increase in our birth rate during the last 10 years, it's estimated that by 1956, there will be some 7 million more children in elementary schools than there are now. Unless we start getting ready right away, our schools will be swamped. To take care of this extra enrollment, our schools will need more room, equipment, textbooks, playgrounds, and especially more elementary school teachers. There are two things you can do immediately. Join and work with local civic groups and school boards actively trying to improve educational conditions. And write to the National Citizens Commission for the Public Schools, 2 West 45th Street, New York, 19, New York, for information about how people in other communities are improving their schools. That's National Citizens Commission for the Public Schools, 2 West 45th Street, New York.
Molly?
Yes, dearie?
What time is it?
8 o'clock. Go to sleep.
I'm trying, but I just can't seem to settle down.
I knew the minute I saw him standing there in those pajamas after dinner that this was going to be one of those nights. All right, now, what's the trouble?
Oh, I'm restless. I think it was that sandwich I ate.
Which one? The one with the peanut butter or the 3-decker you brought up to bed with you?
Well, I don't know. Maybe it isn't the sandwiches. Maybe I'm just...
Probably just not comfortable, that's all. Here, let me fix your pillow for you. Just look at those covers. There, how's that?
Fine. Now, would you pull down that shade for me? That street light keeps shining in my eyes.
Certainly. How's that?
Good. I think I can take it from here. After all, there's no reason why a grown man has to be waited on hand and foot this way. Is there?
None that I can think of.
Me either. If I decide one night to go to sleep at 8 o'clock, all I have to do is make up my mind to go to sleep, and I'll do it. Right?
Yes, dearie.
I don't need anyone to tuck me in and fuss over me or sing me lullabies or anything like that. Do I?
No, dearie.
After all, I'm not the baby. Am I?
Yes, dearie. I mean, no, dearie.
All right. No reason for me to act like I was 3 years old or something. I make up my mind to go to sleep, I go to sleep.
Right.
You want to read to me?
What? Yes, I will read to you.
Oh, boy, swell.
I've got a wonderful book over here. It's especially written for this kind of reading.
Good, good. I'll settle back.
Okay. Close your eyes. That's it. Now, once upon a time, there were 3 bears. A papa bear.
Oh, gee whiz, Molly, that's...
And a mama bear. And a little bitty baby bear. And one day, while they Papa bear said, I said, somebody's been eating my porridge. And the mama bear said, somebody's been eating my porridge. And the baby bear said, oh, thank heavens, at last. Now, if I can just sneak out of here without waking him, I think I'll turn out all the lights, lock the doors, cut the telephone cord, and go visit Aunt Sarah. Whew! This has been quite an evening so far, and it's only... Oh, no. Well, thank goodness I stuffed rags in the door chime. Who in the world could be? Oh, it's you, Dr. Gamble. Come in.
Thank you. How are you, Molly?
Oh, I'm fine. Let's not...
I'm not so sure about that. Say, let me look at that throat. You sound terrible.
There's nothing the matter with my throat. I'm just...
Come, my dear. I'm not going to hurt you. Now, say like a good little girl.
There's nothing wrong with my throat, Doctor. I was just whispering. McGee went to bed at 7 o'clock.
At 7? McGee?
Quiet.
Somebody call me, Molly. Somebody want me.
No, McGee, go back to bed.
I thought I heard somebody ask for me.
A visitor just dropped in, that's all.
Who is it?
Dr. Gamble.
I can't stay but a minute, Molly. I just want to return the rest of these shotgun shells I borrowed on a hunting trip.
Oh, well, you didn't choose very many from the looks of the box.
Well, if you're a good shot, you don't have to waste ammunition, like some people I know.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, butcher boy. Anytime you want a shooting match, you just name the day and the weapon.
Oh, McGee, go back to bed.
And that includes bows and arrows. Ha!
Don't answer him, please. He needs to sleep, and you know how upset McGee gets over nothing, Doctor.
Nothing is right. You should have heard him last night. He kept me here for 3 hours trying to convince me the duck I shot was really his.
Really mine? So you still think I was wrong last night, you big balloon head?
In spades.
I knew you gave in too soon. Lock that door, Molly. I want to have a talk with this gent. Take his hat and his car keys.
But, McGee, you're asleep.
It's only 9:15. Fix us some coffee, will you, kiddo? Now, look here, George.
Yes?
The bird was flying over my head, right?
Right.
And you were standing where Molly is, right?
Well...
You could see when I shot her.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. You'll agree we know that comedy is one of the most pleasurable forms of entertainment your radio can offer you. When you listen to the Chuckle-filled quarter-hour shows presented by Fibber McGee and Molly every weekday evening, you're enjoying some of the finest comedy on the air.
No.
And each Friday night, the NBC Radio Network adds to the comedy quota with two more fun-filled shows, the Bob Hope Show and the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show, to increase your listening enjoyment. Tomorrow night, Bob Hope will have as his special guest the charming and glamorous Zsa Zsa Gabor. In addition to Miss Gabor, you'll hear the music of Les Brown's Band of Renown and songs by Margaret Whiting. A half hour packed to the seams with wonderful entertainment. Be sure to tune to the Bob Hope Show tomorrow evening right here on NBC Radio. Then you can hear mirth and music to keep you amused and delighted for 30 sparkling minutes on the Phil Harris Alice Faye Show. So treat yourself to the finest radio entertainment tomorrow night. Listen to the great shows on the NBC Radio Network.
We settled it, kiddo.
Good.
Doc agrees it's my duck.
Good.
And I agree he can come over for dinner when you cook it. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC has brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program transcribed with Bill Thompson as the old-timer and Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. This is John Wall inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly. Weekdays enjoy every day with Meredith Wilson on the NBC Radio Network. The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Make Pens bring you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutton. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. The tradition of religious freedom and of religious worship in America goes back to the very founding of our country. The cornerstone of our Declaration of Independence is the statement that all men are endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. So in these days of world crisis, when our nation and all its citizens need spiritual strength and guidance, all of us should think again of what religion means to us and to our country. More than anything else, it is religious faith that protects our families, our homes, and our nation. It is religious faith that makes our way of life possible. And it is religious faith that makes that way of life worthwhile. During this month of November, people of many faiths are joining in a great Religion in American Life campaign. Be sure to attend and support the church or synagogue of your choice. Light their life with faith. Bring them to worship this week. When Mr. A.G. Bell brought the human voice and the telephone transmitter together, he really started something. Get a load of a local subscriber killing a few idle hours right now.
Yeah, Herb, Molly's at her club meeting. Been gone all afternoon. Yeah. Sure, you know how the girls are when they get to gabbing at them meetings. They're probably having a discussion on the question of having less discussion between sessions so they can have more time for discussion. Oh, I think she's coming in the back way now, Herb. I'll see you at the office tonight. So long. Is that you, kiddo, or... Oh, it's you, old-timer.
Sadly. Never heard so much arguing in my life.
About parliamentary procedure?
Oh, grocery bill. Bill's too high, Miss Bradley says.
Oh?
I says, Miss Bradley, I says, I don't make 'em out, I just collect 'em, I says. $59, please.
Very witty answer.
She says, don't talk so loud, I have a meeting going on in the den. So I says, in the den? I says, and she says, yes, in the den. And I says, what is it, the Lions Club?
Boy, they ought to put you on the stage. Better still, they ought to put you under the stage, in the trunk.
So then she says, don't talk so loud, please.
Yeah?
I'll discuss the grocery bill with you some other time, she says.
So what'd you say?
I says, Miss Bradley, I said, if you ain't got the money for the grocery bill, maybe one of the girls out there will loan you the $59 because...
Because what?
That's as far as I got, Johnny. When I come to the word $59, she clapped her hand over my mouth with three $20 bills in it, and she shut me up like a saloon on election day.
Man, you're a pretty smart bill collector.
Yep. Oh, I almost forgot.
Huh?
I seen your little woman over there at that meeting, and she sent you a message.
Molly, what'd she say?
Said if you wasn't busy, you could pound the round steak for her and peel some onions. Said she'd be a little late.
Oh, boy, steak and onions.
That's the round steak there. I just brung it.
Good. I wonder what she used it to pound it with.
Got yourself a scout axe?
An axe? Well, that'd cut it to ribbons. You don't know much about cooking, do you?
Nope. You don't know our round steak either. Happy chopping, son.
So long. Hello? Oh, thought we cut off. No, Herb, she's not home yet. Oh, your wife too, huh? You said it. Hold it, Herb. She's at the door now. Come on in, kiddo. It's not locked. Hang on, Herb. I'll meet you in the kitchen, Molly. I'm on the phone. You can get dinner started if you want to. I'm starving. Steaks are all pounded and ready to go in the skillet. Looks like I may live after all, Herb. Nah, I never say anything to her. I just look kind of hurt when she's late like this. Yeah. Well, I'll see you at the Elks tonight. Bye, Herb. All you got to do is season them steaks and throw them in the skillet. I hate to put you to work the minute you come in, but gee whiz, it's 5:30.
Oh, that's okay, Mr. McGee. I love to cook.
My gosh. Hey, what are you doing with that meat?
Hi, mister. You like a lot of cinnamon on your steak, Mr. McGee?
Cinnamon?
Cinnamon?
No, of course not.
Oh.
Look, I'm afraid there's been a little misunderstanding here. I thought you were Mrs. McGee.
Oh. You mean you don't want me to cook your dinner, Mr. McGee?
Well,
See, I could cook it just wonderful, I betcha.
well, I'm sure you could, sis. Although cinnamon steak is kind of a new idea. But you see, Jeannie...
Hey, Mr. McGee. I bet you Richard will like cinnamon on his steak when I grow up and we get married. I bet you will, I bet you.
Richard? That's the Richard that delivers our papers?
Sure. He's an older man, of course. He's 12. I'm going to marry him when I grow up, Mr. McGee.
Does he know about this?
Oh, no.
Oh.
No, mister. I haven't told Richard. My mom always says the husband is the last to know, she always says.
Well, I don't think she was talking
He
about...
says, Richard's got a bicycle. He might get away.
Pretty smart move.
A girl can't be too careful these days, mister, I always say.
Yeah, I heard you say that, kid.
Because you see now that the ratio of eligible males to eligible females is only 1 1/3 men for 5 of us girls. Did you know that, huh?
So, where'd you get them statistics?
I got that from the Saturday evening press, I betcha.
Oh.
No. No, I mean the lady who comes over every Saturday night to play cards with my mama. That's what my daddy calls her. Saturday evening press.
Oh, yeah. Well, your old man, or your father. Hey, that sounds like your fiancé now, see?
Oh, boy, that's him. Richard, it's me. Wait for me, Richard. Come on over here.
They sure make a handsome couple. Well, I hope Richard likes cinnamon on his steak because, boy, he's going to get it with...
I'm home. Come on out in the kitchen, dearie. I'll get dinner started.
Oh, hi, kiddo. You almost lost me. A very nice-looking young lady just dropped in here and offered to cook my dinner for me. But I said no.
Yes, I saw her chasing a bicycle. Well, I'm sorry I'm late, sweetheart, but the meeting went on. What are you doing with the pen, McGee?
My paper, mate? Oh, just popping the point in and out. Look at that. Just flick a button and it's ready to write. Flick it again and it's out of the way.
You do have fun, don't you? You know, that's one of the first things that caught my eye about the Papermate pen. No cap to get lost.
The thing that caught my eye was no more ink smeared all over my hands and clothes and in my hair and on the rug.
You're the boy who can throw it around, too.
Not with the Papermate, though, because this pen can't leak. You can't smear Papermate writing because it dries the minute it hits the paper.
That's why school principals all over the country approve it.
And bankers, too, don't forget. Papermate pens are used in over 7,000 banks every day.
Imagine. Just
look at that baby. And it cost only $1.69. So look, if you haven't got a Papermate pen, rush right out and buy one. Once you try a Papermate, you'll see why it's approved by bankers and educators and millions of Papermate users.
Want steak, Jerry?
No, I'm fine. Let's start.
Well, I'm sorry I was so late, but you know how those meetings are. We got a lot to talk about today, too.
Oh, sure, I know. First we call the meeting to order, and then we call the roll, and Mrs. McDonald ain't here, so we all start to work on her private life. After we get Mrs. McDonald cut up like a watermelon on a fish fry, one of the girls leaves the room. She shouldn't have to have done that. Because by the time she gets back, she's been worked over from the seams in her nylon to the henna in her rinse.
Now, that's not true, McGee, and it's not very funny either.
Excuse me.
We don't gossip. We had this meeting today to work out plans to raise money for our Christmas fund for needy youngsters.
I never did get a poem.
There were a lot of suggestions for raising money, but none of them were practical.
Like what, for instance?
Well, Monica Miller suggested we go door to door selling kisses for $1.
Kisses?
Yes, but then someone remembered that all the men are out working during the day and the housewives wouldn't be interested.
Oh, well, I'm glad that one was nipped in the bud. I'm not having my wife go around from door to door kissing strange men.
Harriet said that since only housewives are home during the day, maybe some of the men could go around selling the kisses. You know, the men who had time, like you and Mort Toops.
Well, to raise money for poor little kids for Christmas, for a wonderful cause like that, I might be willing to...
Don't get too excited, lover. The suggestion was voted down.
Whom by?
Mrs. McGee and Mrs. Toops.
Oh, them.
The thing we finally decided on to raise money is the investment method.
What?
Well, we have $80 in our treasury, and we have exactly 8 members. So we split up the money, $10 each.
Split it up. Oh, so the heck with the Christmas fund, huh?
No. We're each going to invest our $10, make money with it, and turn the profits and the 10 back for the Christmas fund. See, here's my 10.
Hey, that's a pretty cute idea. Like buying stocks and bonds, huh?
Well, something like that. Only most of the girls are going to invest in materials and make things like aprons and cookies and cakes and pot holders. Things they can sell around the neighborhood.
Well, by George, you come to the right guy, kiddo.
Huh?
I'll be tickled to death to handle this for you. I'll run that $10 up to...
Oh, no.
Huh?
Heaven help me.
Don't you worry about a thing. I'll drop everything else I'm working on and just concentrate on making money for you with that $10. With my talent for spotting a good investment when I see it, I'll turn that 10 into 20, turn it into 100, and turn it into 1,000.
Let's just turn it in. Look, McGee, you know people take advantage of you.
Take advantage of me? When?
Well, how about last year?
Huh?
That crazy set of pots and pans that man invented. You were going to draw out our life savings and put the whole $40 in that.
What crazy set of pots and pans?
The ones with the 12-foot handles, so you could watch television in the living room while you cooked dinner in the kitchen.
Well, that opportunity's gone, but there'll be others. Believe me, your club don't know how lucky they are.
I'm sure they don't.
If I don't make $100 for you with that $10, by George, I'll eat my hat at high noon in the Bonton window in the corner of 14th and Oak. Is that a deal?
That's the deal. We could charge admission for that and raise a lot of money that way. Here you are. $9.50.
$9.50. Hey, where's the other half a buck?
I'm going to buy a bottle of ketchup.
Huh?
That old hat of yours will taste mighty flat without something on it.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. For 26 years, the National Broadcasting Company has been bringing the finest in entertainment, news, and education into your homes via radio stations from coast to coast. During this past quarter century, more people have enjoyed more programs on NBC than on any other network. Listeners know that when they tune to the station where they hear the familiar 3 NBC chimes, they are assured of hearing the very finest of all radio entertainment. Now, every Sunday afternoon on most of these same stations, you're invited to join us beside your radio for a full-hour concert from the stage of New York's Carnegie Hall by the NBC Symphony Orchestra under the direction of Arturo Toscanini. Each week, Maestro Toscanini will bring the musical magic, which is his alone, to the NBC airwaves as he conducts the NBC Symphony Orchestra. Treat yourself and your family to the world's greatest music, directed by possibly the world's greatest conductor, each week on the NBC Radio Network, the network which brings you the finest of all radio entertainment.
Well, that's another week.
Oh, yes.
We hope you all have a pleasant weekend.
Yep. I'm telling all of you right now that by this time Monday, I bet you I'll have Molly's Ladies Club's Christmas funds $10 run up to, $30 or $40 maybe at least. Just for a starter. Yes, sir. $30 by Monday. That's my pledge.
That's my boy.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper Make Pens brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program transcribed. The Old Timers played by Bill Thompson, and this is John Wall inviting you to be with us next Monday night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Weekday mornings, enjoy the Meredith Wilson Show on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Mate Pens bring you Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Put yourself in this picture. You're stretched out in a big easy chair, toasting your toes near a big log fire. You feel secure, contented, because you know you have a little pile of money that's earning extra money for you every day. How about it? Wouldn't you like to be in that picture? Well, you can, and there's really nothing difficult about it at all. Just start saving today. No matter how small your income, you can invest in United States savings bonds on the payroll savings plan. You can save a little at a time so you won't even miss it. Say you sign up for $3.75 a week on the plan. That small saving can bring you more than $1,000 in bonds a lot sooner than you think. Because when they mature, you get back $4 for every 3 you put in, $100 for every 75 invested. Start saving now the automatic way on the payroll savings plan. You'll feel more secure tomorrow if you invest in United States savings bonds today. Mrs. McGee's Ladies Club started a plan last week to raise money for its Christmas fund. Each member has taken $10 from the Treasury to invest in whatever way she chooses and return the profits to the fund. So guess who's handling Mrs. McGee's investments? Yep. He's just coming up the front steps now with his arms full of newspapers and his head full of excitement.
boy, wait till Molly hears what I did. Wait till I tell her about the dough I'm going to make for you. Hey, Molly, Molly, hey, Molly. Where are you? Come here, kiddo, quick,
What is it? What is it? What'd you do? Who's after you?
Oh, nobody.
Never mind the details now. Run upstairs and hide the attic. I'll hold off the party at the crossroads, partner, while you saddle up and get across the border.
Oh, no. Just relax, kid. I'm in no trouble.
Well, good for you.
Help me look through these newspapers, will you? I just invested here $10 in a sure thing, kiddo.
Sure thing. Oh, McGee, not the horse race if you didn't.
I didn't say I did. You said that.
Well, thank goodness.
I'm no pigeon, Molly. I'm a businessman. That's why the minute this other businessman called me into his office downtown this morning and offered me this proposition, I knew right...
What man and what office?
Well, it wasn't an office, really. It was just a doorway in the alley.
Alley?
I was walking down Oak Street this morning on the way to Kramer's drugstore to get a sandwich, and I cut through the alley for a shortcut, see? I was walking through the alley kicking an empty tin can along, you know, like we used to do when we were kids. And all of a sudden I heard a funny noise. Well, I didn't say anything.
Hey, over here.
Oh, hi, Bud. I didn't see you standing there in the shadows.
Well, I don't want to be seen, sir. I'm in town incognito. Do you have a match?
Match? Oh, yeah, sure. Here you are. Oh, incognito, huh?
Yes, matter of fact, I slipped into town to look over some investment opportunities for my firm. Confidential, of course. Wall Street, you know.
Ah, yes, Wall Street.
Yes.
Matter of fact, I'm sort of in the investment business myself, off and on.
You know, I had that feeling the minute I saw you coming. I said to myself, here is a man who knows investments.
You did, huh? Gee whiz, how could you tell that?
Well, there was something about the way you were kicking that can along, sir. Sort of in a determined, straightforward, intelligent manner.
Just a character trait, I guess, and I've never realized it myself.
Most men kick a tin can and it goes all over the alley, but not you, sir. You've got character.
Well, gee, thanks. I guess I have at that. Well, say, Mr.
Shoppington. H.J. Shoppington. Just call me H.J.
My name is McGee, Fibber McGee. H.J. I was just going to say, why don't you come along to Kramer's drugstore with me for lunch? I'll buy you a root beer.
Well, I'd like to, but I'm on my way to the railroad station. The train leaves in a few minutes. Got to get back to New York. But I want you to know that it was a pleasure talking with a man of your caliber.
Well, thanks, H.J. Well, look me up next time you're in town.
Happy to. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, just a minute.
Huh?
Why, you dropped your ring, sir. And I must say you have expensive taste. I'm an expert on jewelry, and this star sapphire must be worth at least $1,000. Here you are.
Oh, that's not my ring, Bud, or H.J. Wow. Look at that baby sparkle.
Isn't yours? Well, my word, what do you know about that? It must have been lying right here in this alley the whole time we were talking.
Well, imagine that. Well, you sure were lucky to find it. I wish I'd have seen it. Gosh, a ring worth $1,000.
Well, now, you know, I don't think this is fair. We were both standing here. I think we ought to split the reward.
Reward?
Oh, well, somebody's bound to run an ad in the paper with a big reward for a valuable ring like this. Probably offer, $300-400 to get it back. I think you and I ought to split it.
You do? Well, gee whiz. Well, I mean...
Look, my train is due in a couple of minutes. I won't be here to claim the reward. Now, why don't you take it?
All of it? Oh, my gosh, I couldn't take all of it.
Well, I'll tell you what. Just give me, say, 100, you know, to tip the dining car stewards with, and take the ring. Keep the reward.
Well, gee, that's fair enough, all right, but I don't happen to have that much on me.
Oh, well, the money means nothing. Make it 50.
Well, to tell you the truth...
How much have you got?
Well, just this $10 here. My wife gave this to me to invest for her.
It's the deal. Give me the 10. Here's your ring.
Well, gee, I hate to take advantage.
I've got to get a cab now and grab that noon train. Taxi!
That's how I took your $10, Molly, and run it up to probably $300 or $400. Look at that ring. Ain't it a beauty?
That? Oh, McGee.
Well, we got no time to waste admiring it now, though. Help me look through the lost and found. As soon as we find out how big the reward is, I'll take the ring back, collect the dough.
I don't see any ad about a lost ring. Oh, look, McGee. Here's an ad for paper-made pens.
Oh, yeah. Say, that looks just like my new white one here. Does it mention that paper-made pens come in 7 different color stylings at only $1.69 each?
Yes, it calls attention to the thing I like about it, the fact that paper-made pens can't leak.
Well, that's...
So you can't get ink stains on your hands and your clothes. The point is always clean. It never needs wiping.
The ink won't smear either, and it won't transfer, on account of because it dries the minute it touches the paper. That's why Papermate is the pen approved by school principals and bankers everywhere.
It mentions that right here, sweetheart.
Oh?
Papermate pens are used in over 7,000 banks every day. It's pretty hard to beat a recommendation like that, isn't it?
You said it, kiddo. And Papermate's going to be on a lot of Christmas gift lists this year, too.
Yes, it will. So if you haven't tried the Papermate pen, go get one. You can buy them any place for $1.69.
Once you've tried a Papermate, you'll see what we mean. It's a very peculiar situation, Molly.
That's the understatement of the last 100 years.
I've looked through all the lost and found 3 times, and no ad.
Harry, let's face it, there won't be any ad for that ring because that thing wasn't lost.
What you mean wasn't lost? I got it right here on my finger. It had to be lost on it.
Take that hunk of junk off. Your finger's turning green clear to the elbow.
Holy smoke, it is turning green. $1,000 ring oughtn't to do that. Hey, wait, Molly, you don't think... do you?
Yes, I do. You have been, to put it indelicately, took.
Oh, my goodness. I can't understand it. He had such an honest face.
They always have an honest face. That man probably has a pocket full of those rings. He just goes from town to town waiting in alleys for a likely-looking prospect.
Well, he sure found one. He could have looked all over town and never found a stupider, dumber, ear-here took apple knocker than me.
Don't feel so badly, sweetheart.
I'm making you sick.
You're not the first one to fall for that old swindle.
Well...
You're not dumb. You're just sweet and honest. And you think everybody else is honest, too. That's the reason.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm too honest. Too named. Guy that's honest don't expect to get swindled. Hey! If this ring swindle works on a medium-sized, sweet, simple, honest guy like me, it ought to work on a big, fat, sweet, simple, honest guy like you-know-who, kiddo. This is Doc Gamble's late night at the office, isn't it?
Monday? Yes.
And this is just about the time he sneaks out of his office and cuts through that same alley to go over to Kramer's drugstore for a snack.
Yes, but McGee...
This is all for charity, ain't it, kiddo? For your club. Where's my hat? I'm off to get our money back.
Have the next patient wait in the front office, Miss Ogilvy. I'm going to duck out the back way and over to Kramer's for a sandwich. Be back in about 20 minutes. Good to get a breath of fresh air. Even this alley smells better than that office of mine. Oh, look at that tin can. I remember how we used to kick those things along the sidewalk when we were kids. Those were the days. Just walking along, kicking a can.
Hey, Doc. Who's that?
Oh, it's you, McGee. What are you doing hiding in an alley?
I'm not hiding, Doc. I'm incognito. You got a match?
Match? Sure, but what are you doing there?
You know, Doc, I was just noticing the way you were kicking that can down the alley just now.
Well, I was just remembering how we used to do it as kids.
Yes, sir. Some guys, when they kick a can, it goes all over the alley. But not you. You kick it straight forward in a determined, intelligent manner. You've got character.
Come out here in the light a minute and stick out your tongue. You feel feverish?
No, I'm fine. Step over here in the shadows a minute, Doc. I want to talk to you about investment.
I don't know what you're trying to sell me, mealy mouth, but I'm not buying. Stop talking like a confidence man. Come along to Kramer's drugstore with me. I'll buy you root beer.
Well, I'd like to, Doc, but I can't. I'm just on my way to catch a streetcar. Got to get back to Wall Street, or back home.
Well, don't let me detain you.
My streetcar leaves in a few minutes. I just want to say it was nice talking to a man of your caliber, Doctor.
I wish I could say the same. Give my regards to Molly.
Oh, just a minute, Doc.
Huh?
You dropped your ring, Doctor. It's around here someplace. I just put it... Oh, here it is. Right by this garbage can.
What is he trying to pull? I can go along with a gag if... What'd you say, McGee?
I said you dropped your ring, Doctor. And I must say you have mighty expensive taste in jewelry.
Oh, naturally.
I'd say this star sapphire's worth about $1,000. There you are.
Oh, I am so careless with my jewelry. Didn't even realize I dropped it. Thanks a lot, sir, and I must compliment you on your honesty. Anytime you find a watch, look me up. Good night.
Huh? Hey, wait a minute. Hey, come back here. Come back here with that ring, you big robber.
You saw me drop it. You said yourself.
Give me that ring, you big swindler. Hey, come back here, Doc. Hey, where?
Fibber and Molly will be right back. You
dial is the key to a veritable mecca of entertainment when you set it here to your NBC station. Tomorrow night, for example, you'll hear the tops in mystery and excitement as NBC presents 3 top-flight adventure shows. There's Dragnet, the true stories of your police force in action. Rocky Fortune, starring Frank Sinatra. And Barry Craig, confidential investigator, with William Gargan in the title role. You'll hear the best in true-life police stories when you tune to Dragnet, starring Jack Webb in the role of Sergeant Joe Friday. Dragnet takes you step by step on the side of the law in the reenactment of an actual police case. From crime to punishment, Dragnet is true. From beginning to end, Dragnet is exciting listening. Hear it tomorrow on most NBC stations. And listen as Frank Sinatra portrays the footloose and fancy-free Rocky Fortune, an adventurous young man always in the midst of an intriguing situation. Tuesday is terrific when you listen to the fine shows on the NBC Radio Network. Hear them all tomorrow.
So I had to tell Doc all about the whole thing, Molly, before he'd give me my ring back.
Should have let him keep it.
By gosh, I'm not licked yet. I'll work something out. I'm no quitter.
Good for you.
I told you I'd run that $10 up to $100 for your ladies' club Christmas fund or eat my hat. And by George, when I make you a promise like that, I wish I knew what the heck I'm going to do next.
Me too.
I'll think of something. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Paper Mate Pens have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed with Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Campbell and Bill Conrad as the confidence man. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly. Laugh tonight with Can You Top This on the NBC Radio Network. The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Tums present Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Tuttle. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute. This is Ron Wilson.
When acid indigestion strikes, don't wait. Take Tums. Millions of Americans have turned to Tums for don't wait relief from acid indigestion. People in all walks of life carry Tums for record-fast relief when some favorite food brings on acid indigestion or heartburn. Farmers in the field carry Tums for don't wait relief. They take Tums on the spot. There's nothing to mix, no waiting. Housewives, businessmen, everybody knows there's no more convenient, safer relief from acid indigestion. Tums go to work instantly to calm churning stomach acids. Just as important, Tums stop working the moment excess acid is neutralized. There's no acid rebound, just blessed relief. Always carry Tums in your pocket or purse and enjoy the don't wait relief of Tums. T-U-M-S, Tums for the tummy. Get handy, pleasant Tums today and eat like candy. So economical, too. Only 10 cents a roll everywhere.
As you may have read in the society columns, the Wistful Vista Ladies Club has launched a campaign to raise money for its Christmas fund. Various members are doing various things to add to the treasury, and here are a couple of the ladies now chopping it up on the telephone.
Oh, yes, Mabel. I think the idea of us each taking $10 to invest for the club is fine. Oh, you're going to make pot holders and sell them. Wonderful. Cute idea. Me? Well, McGee took my $10 to invest in some business deals for the club. What do you mean, that's all? Well, he did have a little hard luck yesterday on his first investment. Yes, a man in an alley. Mm-hmm. Well, he felt pretty glum about it. Oh, somebody's at my back door, Mabel. I'll call you later. Bye, dear.
Hi, Justy. It's me. Oh, Dad. I'm home. What's new?
Hello, dearie. Where were you?
Oh, just downtown. No place particular.
Well, you certainly are in a good mood today. A good loud mood.
Why not? I got no problems.
Well, you felt pretty low last night after the man in the alley sold you that phony ring for my ladies' club's $10. You know, the $10 that you were going to run up to $100 for me.
And don't you worry. I'll do it, too. I have the strangest feeling that somebody will want to buy this ring from me, and at a profit, too.
Oh, that'll be the day. Who in the world would be silly enough to pay good money for that brass-mounted hunk of glass like you did?
You'll see, kiddo. I ain't talking, but I'll have this ring sold before the day is up.
How?
You'll see.
Now, we should stop saying that. Come on, tell me.
I can't, kiddo. At least not right now.
Well, then why did you have to mention it in the first place? Now you've got me curious.
Well, just stand by. You'll see.
Stop saying that. Come on, tell Mother.
Well, you know that guy that said he found this ring in the alley? And if I'd give him $10 for it, I could... I'll tell you later. Someone's at the door.
Oh, darn.
Come in.
Well, Mr. Wimple.
Hello, Sis.
All right, Limp. Come on in.
Thanks. I just dropped in to visit with your parakeet, really.
Aw.
Not that I don't enjoy talking to you people, too, of course.
Oh, that's all right, Mr. Wimple. We're all glad to see you, the parakeet included. Aren't you, Birdie? Glad to see Mr. Wimple.
He's very fond of you, Limp.
Well, all the birds like me.
This bird sure does. As a matter of fact, he was asking about you this morning, Limp.
Oh, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. I says to him, good morning, Buster. What's new? And he says to me, not much. I sure wish Wally Wimple would drop by and visit with me today, he says. He's a nice man, he says.
Oh, he didn't say that. The little fellow can't even talk yet.
No, I know. He wrote it all down.
Oh,
Molly, what did I do with that note that the bird wrote to Wimp? I got it here somewhere.
McGee, now stop teasing. Here, I'll set the bird cage over here on the table, Mr. Wimple.
Thank you, Mrs. McGee. It's awfully cute. Hi, Birdie. It's been pretty quiet at my house lately, and I get lonesome. Sweetie Face is out of town.
Oh, Mrs. Wimple, I didn't know she was away.
I didn't know it either, till she'd been gone 2 days. We had a little argument, and the next thing I knew, I was locked in the front closet for a week.
My goodness, you mean to say your wife locked you in the closet for a whole week?
Well, actually, she just put me in there for the day and locked it from the outside to teach me a lesson. But when the day was over, I locked it from the inside to teach her a lesson. Oh, it was so peaceful in there.
What'd she say to that?
Nothing. She just went to visit her mother for the Thanksgiving holidays.
Oh.
It's so quiet around my house. I could hardly sleep last night with nobody yelling at me to shut up and go to sleep.
Gee, that's too bad.
Yes, nobody should be alone at Thanksgiving time.
Well, I'm afraid that's my lot, Mrs. McGee. I could hardly expect to impose on my friends, could I, Birdie?
Well, say, now, look here. Why don't you just stay over here with us till your wife gets back?
Yeah, swell.
Oh, I couldn't impose like that.
Why not? That's what friends are for. To impose on them. We don't mind you imposing on us at all.
I couldn't. I never thought of it.
Well, now, Mr. Wimple, we just won't take no for an instant.
Yeah, we can. You can have Uncle Dennis, green boy.
Well, if you both insist.
Now it's all settled.
Yes, sir. You run on home now, Wallace. Pack whatever stuff you need for the rest of the week and come on back.
Well, as a matter of fact, I just happen to have a few things with me.
What?
You give me a hand with this small project with the object as I
There's more fun with the McGees shortly. Mike Collins was the kind of a boy who usually had either a football or books or a girl under his arm. A college sophomore, busy with his classes, earning his letters, dating his girl. But Mike took time out for a chest x-ray, and he discovered he had TB, tuberculosis. Progress in the fight against TB made it possible for him to be cured at the TB hospital nearest his home. Mike didn't have to go away to the mountains or to the desert. And because TB is easiest to cure when it's caught in the beginning, it won't be too long before Mike is back after that diploma and his girl, thanks to a chest x-ray. Chest x-rays are made available to everyone at a little or no cost with the aid of your Christmas Seal dollars. Christmas Seal dollars pay for health education, rehabilitation, and medical research as well. 4 important reasons why it's urgent that we all buy and use Christmas Seals. If you haven't answered your Christmas Seal letter, do it today.
All settled in Uncle Dennis's room, Ma. Anybody call while I was upstairs?
Not for you, no. I had a call from Mrs. Bradley. She the treasurer of our ladies' club, you know.
Yeah, I know. That old Dominicker. What did she want?
Well, she was talking about the club Christmas fund.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted to know what I was doing to make money with my $10.
Yeah, what'd you tell her?
Oh, I gave her an evasive answer. Told her to go boil her head.
Good.
That's what I'd have liked to have told her. I just said my husband was handling some investments with it, and by the time our drive was finished, we'd have $100 for the club.
She believe it?
No, I wish I did.
Don't you worry, Tootsie. You'll see.
Oh, we're back to that you'll see routine again, are we?
Yep. When I sell this ring today for 20 or 30 bucks...
McGee, stop it. How do you expect to palm off that badly cut hunk of flashlight lens on anybody?
Salesmanship. It's a super salesmanship.
Hmm.
Any guy who's a super enough salesman can sell anything.
Yes, you had a demonstration of that in an alley yesterday. That's how you got the ring.
That's how I'll get rid of it, too. Salesmanship. Yankee ingenuity is the thing that... Hold it. Here comes a customer now.
Who is it?
All that blue out there can't be the sky. 80% of it is serged. And there's only one pair of pants I know that shines like that.
Well, Dr. Gamble, this is a pleasant surprise.
Hello, my dear. Hiya, sucker.
Hi, Belt Buster.
Still in the phony jewelry business, pigeon? Still trying to palm off the valuable star sapphire ring you got stuck with yesterday?
No. I've about decided not to sell this ring, Doctor.
Oh?
That's for the trick and super selling you ain't between.
You hear that, Molly? He's decided not to sell it. He tried to give it to me last night, you know.
Yes, that's what he said.
Oh, if I'd gotten stung like you did, McGee, I'd be ashamed to let people know about it. Why don't you throw that thing away?
I just happen to like this beautiful ring that the guy I got it from found it in the alley near the railroad station. I like it.
And sold it to you for $10 from my ladies' club Christmas fund, which I'll put back, of course.
He was supposed to invest that money to make money for your fund, wasn't he, Molly?
That's right, Doctor. It wasn't his fault that the man...
Well, I'll tell you what. It's all for charity. I'll take the cheesy thing and give you your $10 back. It's deductible.
Sold.
No, just a darn minute, George. I'll put the $10 back myself. I like this ring. Kind of a souvenir.
But McGee...
Me sell this beautiful ring for $10? Ha!
Well, it's all for charity. It's deductible. I'll give you 20. I can take it off my income tax return, Molly.
Oh, I couldn't let
I
you.
couldn't either. Not for $20, I couldn't. Let me hold this ring up to the light, Fatso. Just look at that baby gleam.
Yes. It has all the fire and flash of a fresh oyster, Doctor.
Look how it's shaped. Look at the cutting.
I haven't got time to discuss glass cutting, flap lip. Molly, do you guarantee that every cent he gets from this thing goes to your club's Christmas fund?
Oh, absolutely, Doctor. McGee isn't going to get a thing.
All right. Here, my dear, $30. Cash. I'll deduct it for charity.
Good deal. Here's your ring, Pat.
Oh, I don't know how to thank you, Doctor. We'll use this to buy toys for needy children.
And I have a little further surprise for you, Molly. Oh, how I love to outswindle this lad.
Surprise, Doctor?
Yes, there happens to be a $100 reward for this ring, Molly. I'm going to give that to your club, too.
A reward? Why, we looked through all the papers.
Well, sure we did.
Did you look through this one? Right here on the back page of the Doctor's Weekly. It says, imitation star sapphire ring lost Monday in alley near railroad station.
What?
Ring has great sentimental value. $100 reward. Return of ring will make me very happy. Signed, Happy Jack. There's a box number at the newspaper, and I'm going right down there.
That won't be necessary, Doctor.
Huh?
Shake hands with Happy Jack.
What?
McGee, you don't mean... Did you put that ad in?
Well, I knew you always read that medical mag every week.
Why, of all our dirty.
It's deductible, Fatso. Sweet charity.
We'll say goodnight to Fibber and Molly in a moment. Your favorite programs each Wednesday night are heard right here on the NBC Radio Network. Listen tomorrow for such fun-filled shows as You Bet Your Life with Groucho Marx, The Great Gildersleeve starring Willard Waterman, Walk a Mile with your genial quizmaster, Bill Cullen, and A Big Story featuring a reporter's exciting news beat. There are 4 reasons why you'll want to tune to NBC tomorrow. And remember, tomorrow and every day, Monday through Friday, you'll hear radio entertainment to brighten your day and chase the blues away when you tune to this station during the daylight hours. Bob Hope, the crown prince of comedy, presents a program packed full of witticisms and wonderful daytime entertainment. Tommy Bartlett comes to call with his guest on Welcome Travelers, and Warren Hall MCs the Strike It Rich program. You'll also enjoy Jay Stewart as quizmaster on the new and different daytime show, It Pays to Be Married. And you'll keep alert testing your wits against contestants on Break the Bank. So have an enjoyable day tomorrow. Set your dial to the NBC Radio Network.
Care for some more meatloaf, Mr. Wimple?
Yes, please. It's delicious.
Well, Molly, the $30 I got from Doc minus $2.50 that the ad cost me leaves us $27.50 so far for your Ladies Club Christmas Fund.
I'm delighted. I'll turn it in tomorrow and forget them.
Oh, no, we got several weeks before the drive is over, haven't we?
Well, yes, but...
I'm putting the $27.50 right up here in this sugar bowl till the next good investment comes along. I told you I'd run this $10 up to 100 or eat my hat.
Catch it any then?
McGee will have some later, Mr. Wimple.
Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Tums have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed with Bill Thompson as Wallace Wimple and Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Gamble. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Hear Weekend, your Sunday newspaper of the air on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Paper Make Pens present Fibber McGee and Molly, transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hutto. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Christmas is a matter of dollars and cents as well as of good cheer and goodwill. It's a time when every dollar has to count. Increased parcel post rates make the sending of packages overseas almost prohibitive this year. But the cost of sending CARE special gift food parcels has not increased. In fact, this Christmas, CARE offers you the best buy ever. For $6.95, you may send a fine budget food package, or for $12, you may send a big turkey, and for $18.75, a turkey and trimmings. These prices include all shipping charges and guaranteed delivery. If you assembled these food items yourself and sent them, you'd have to pay at least half the CARE price in parcel post charges. And CARE is so easy. All you need is an order and a check. CARE has made these special holiday gift parcels available to you for those with whom you have personal ties abroad, or for some cheerless home you may brighten with your Christmas charity. The low prices are possible because of CARE's nonprofit operation. Send yours now to CARE, New York.
Well, breakfast is almost ready, McGee. Has Mr. Wimple come down yet?
No, he's still upstairs.
What's he doing?
He insisted on making his own bed. Doesn't want to be a bother, he says.
He's such a considerate guest, isn't he?
And a good bed maker, too.
Really?
He made mine in about 30 seconds. Nick's a pin.
You didn't let him make your bed, too, did you?
Well, I couldn't help it, kiddo. He insisted. After all, he's a guest, you know. Whatever a guest wants to do in my house, as long as it's okay with me, he can do it.
Oh, you are the perfect host, aren't you?
Betcha.
Here, put the salt and pepper on, will you?
Sure. It was funny when he washed up this morning. You know, you got them towels in there marked his and hers?
Yes, I put out the good ones.
Well, he couldn't find one marked yours, so he just wiped his hands on his shirt tail.
Oh, dear. What about his face? He couldn't reach his face with his shirt.
I think he must have shook his face dry. I says to him, I says, you looking for a towel, Wimp? We got plenty, I says. And he says, oh, I wouldn't want to use your nice towels. I always get them wet, he says.
Well, I'll put some towels in his room so he knows they're for him to use. The poor lad. He's so timid, we'll have to be careful that he has everything he needs while he's with us.
You said it. With a guy like that around, we might forget he's up there and he'd starve to death.
Oh, my goodness, I forgot to set an extra place for breakfast.
Oh, well, hurry before he comes down. Uh-oh, that's him now.
I'll get the napkin and the egg cup and his silver.
I'll get his egg. Where's his egg?
It's in the saucepan on the stove. I drained the water off.
Oh, I see it. I'll get it.
Watch it, not with your hands.
Oh, whoops, it's hot. What do I do with it?
Morning.
Wow!
My goodness. Who threw the egg? Missed me.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Wimple. Himself here.
It was hot.
Ah, it seems just like home. Except that Sweetie Face's aim is better than that, Mr. McGee.
you, Mr. Wimple. He just dropped his egg. It was hot.
My egg? That was Wimp's egg I dropped. Gee,
Sit right here. Sit right here, Mr. Wimple. This is your egg here.
His egg? The egg I dropped.
And you sit there, McGee. That's your egg there. It was my egg you dropped.
What the... Oh.
I hope I'm not being trouble for you, Mr. McGee. I wouldn't want...
You're not a bit of trouble, Mr. Wimple. You boys go on now. Start eating while things are hot. I'll put on another egg and get the coffee for you.
I'm glad to have you with us while your wife's gone, Wimp.
Oh, thank you. You forgot to put your napkin in your lap, Mr. McGee.
Huh? Oh, it slipped my mind. Like I said, it's good to have you aboard. Stay as long as you like, boy.
Thank you. You don't have to reach way over here for the toast, Mr. McGee. I'll pass it to you. Here.
Oh, thanks.
You almost got your elbow in my egg.
Yep, kind of breaks the monotony having you with us, Wimp. Just consider that your room up there and stay...
Oh, goodness, you don't need to reach into the marmalade with your knife like that, Mr. McGee. Here, let me put some on your plate. You'll get it all over your knuckles that way.
When's your wife come back, Wimp? Not that you're not welcome to stay as long as you like, but if you want to get home a day or two before she does...
No, I'll sit down and join you boys. How'd you sleep last night, Mr. Wimple? All right?
Oh, just dandy, thank you. Pass the jelly, please.
Here you are. That's my Uncle Dennis's room you have, you know.
Uncle Dennis? Oh, yes. Isn't he the one who always comes home sort of...
That's him. That's Uncle Dennis. That trunk up there under the bed up there, that's his trunk under the bed up there.
Pass the honey, please. Thank you. That's the trunk that sort of clinks when you move it?
He calls that his memory trunk. It's full of old souvenirs. Uncle Dennis just hates to throw anything away.
Yeah, even when they're empty. Boy, if they ever start giving him a nickel back on the bottle, he'll be a rich man on account.
McGee. Say, I didn't tell you about tomorrow, Mr. Wimple. Thanksgiving. Herb and Ruth Travis are coming for dinner, and Dr. Gamble is bringing a friend.
Oh, that sounds wonderful. I love Thanksgiving. The fall is such a pretty time of year, isn't it?
Yes. Must be beautiful out in the country today with the trees all turning red and gold.
And all the little birds flying south for the winter.
Yeah, I was out at the edge of town yesterday, Wimp, and I saw one flock of over 1,000 birds in one bunch.
Oh, my. Flying south, were they?
No, these were walking north. They were turkeys.
Say, you two. It's a beautiful day outside. Why don't we just take a drive out in the country?
Great.
We can gather a lot of pretty colored leaves to decorate my table with tomorrow.
Oh, goody. I'll bring my bird book and binoculars.
I'll bring a lunch.
Well, while you're getting the lunch packed, I'll go wipe off the car. Somebody soaped it all up Halloween, and I've been so busy.
Mr. McGee, do you have a good pen?
A pen? Why, sure, Wimp. Here, use my new papermate, boy. Want to write a letter to Sweetie Face?
No, I just...
That's just a wonderful pen, Mr. Wimple. Papermate is a pen that's approved by bankers and school principals all over the country, you know.
Really?
And it ought to be. Because why? Because papermate pens don't leak, Wallace. You don't get ink all over your hands and clothes and stuff. Not only that, but papermate ink dries like a flash, stays permanent, and don't smear or rub off.
That's nice.
The papermate pen doesn't have a cap to get lost either, Mr. Wimple.
You see, Wimp, you just push this little button, click, and the point pops out, ready to write. Push it again, and bingo, it's back up the barrel out of the way.
Oh, that is truly amazing, Mr. McGee. Actually...
The papermate only costs $1.69. Ain't it a beauty? Go on, try it. Write your letter.
Oh, I don't want to write a letter.
Well, you asked if he had a pen.
Well, I was just making out my Christmas list. I wanted to...
Oh, why didn't you ask me, Wimp? That's easy. Give papermate.
My, it certainly is beautiful out here in the country.
Sure is. This drive was a good idea, kiddo. Ooh. Hey, you got any ideas where we ought to go, Wimp? Find some pretty colored leaves? You get out this way, don't you?
Yes, I do know this country extremely well, Mr. McGee. I was out this very road last week with my Bird Watchers Club on a field trip.
Did you have fun?
Oh, much. There is a lovely grove of oaks and maple trees out this way, all red and gold. Let me see now.
What's the name of the grove, Wimp? On account of because there used to be a grove out of Peoria that a guy named Groves owned, and they called that grove Groves' Grove. Old man Groves used to grow cloves, and they claimed the cloves from Groves' Grove was the best grown cloves ever grown in a grove.
This is called Flagmeyer's Woods, Mr. McGee.
Oh.
It's owned by a gentleman named Mr. Jenkins.
Jenkins?
Mr. Flagmeyer sold out. Now, let's see. I believe we take the next turn to the right.
Okay.
Or is it to the left?
You're asking me?
Let me think a minute. I remember this field here because this is where I saw the golden pileated warbler. And Mr. McCedars, he's from New York and thinks he knows everything. Mr. McCedars claimed it was a northern pileated warbler. Oh, was he noisy.
Yeah, sure, but which way?
I think this was the field, all right, because yes, there's the very fence where Mr. McCedars set me up on the post to argue with me. And yes, that's right. We passed our turn.
Huh?
Oh, now listen, maybe we ought to ask that man parked up ahead there, McGee. Maybe he'll know. Truck drivers are always very helpful.
I'll go ask him.
Well, I'll go with you. You stay where you are, Molly.
I beg your pardon, sir.
Yeah?
I wonder if you could tell us...
That you, Wally?
Why, it's Mr. Strunk. What are you doing way out here in the country?
Oh, it's my day off, Wally. I drove my truck out here to look for some of our feathered friends. Yeah, just the time of year they're all migrating south, you know.
Oh, this is a wonderful time of year for bird watching, Mr. Strunk.
I seen 3 cedar waxwings, a puce-breasted mudlark, and the prettiest little green-tailed toady. All in all, I've had me a very thrilling morning, Wally. Hey, who's the mug with you?
Oh, good gracious, I completely forgot my manners. So sorry, Mr. McGee. This is Otto Strunk, Mr. McGee, Apprentice Nest Inspector, 3rd class. Otto, my friend, Mr. McGee.
Hi, Otto.
Nice to meet you, McGee. Is he one of us, Wally?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Strunk.
Oh, a square, huh?
Yep.
Well, you ought to get with it, Mac. Before I joined the Boyd Watchers, I was jumpy all the time. I was nervous as an acrobat with a new toupee.
Yeah, well, if you can tell us which way...
But, boy, a few weeks of this Boyd watching, I'm all relaxed. Nothing bothers me at all. What a change.
Well, I'm glad you're all straightened out, Otto. Look, can you tell us if this road...
out? Boy, I got nerves of steel. Nothing bothers me no more. Nerves of steel.
Steel nerves, Mr. McGee.
Yeah, well, we just...
Oh, you don't believe me, huh? Here, punch me in the stomach. Go on, bust me right in the stomach, Mac. Hard as you can. I don't even flinch. Go on.
No, I don't want
Go on, slug me in the stomach.
Oh, okay, if you insist.
Oh. Didn't have to do it so hard. Are you trying to prove you're a big man or something?
Well, gee whiz, you...
It's a good thing I'm a Boyd watcher now. I don't lose my temper no more. Right, Wally?
Right, Otto. Now, I wonder if you can tell us which turn to take to get out to Flagmeyer's Woods.
Flagmeyer's Woods? Sure, you go straight ahead to the next turn to the right. Turn right.
Well, thanks, Bud. At last. Well, come on, Wimp.
Hey, look, Wally, look. On the limb over there. Pretty little northern pileated warbler. Ain't it lovely?
Oh, very pretty, Mr. Strunk. But he isn't a northern pileated. He is a golden pileated warbler.
Wimp, will you come on?
Wally, I know you've been watching birds a long time, but I got good eyes. That little fella happens to be a northern pileated warbler.
Oh, you sound just like Mr. McCedars.
Wimp, will you come on?
What's the delay?
Oh, it's Wimp. Come on, Wallace.
Otto, will you give me a lift to town later?
Well, sure, Wally, but,
You go gather leaves without me, Mr. McGee. I'll be home after a while. Now, Otto, a golden pileated warbler.
Oh, for the... Come on, Molly. You drive a while. Wimple's got a warbler.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. I don't know how it is around your house, but things have certainly been hopping around my home today in preparation for tomorrow's big Thanksgiving Day dinner. And there's still a lot to be done right up until the time the family sits down at the table to dive into all those piping hot dishes of delicious food. Along about evening time tomorrow, there'll be a lot of stuffed Americans sitting back and relaxing, wishing they hadn't eaten so much food. It seems to me that the chuckle-filled radio shows on the NBC radio network tomorrow night might be just the ticket to help you get your mind off your troubles. So I'd like to suggest that you laugh along with the rest of the nation tomorrow night when it's time for Robert Young to star in Father Knows Best, or when Ralph Edwards puts his contestants through their paces on Truth or Consequences. If you're in the mood for memories, Eddie Cantor will have some very special ones for you on his show business show. So tomorrow night, join us for top radio entertainment. Join us here at the NBC spot on your radio dial.
My, the autumn leaves look just lovely on your dining table, Mrs. McGee. Sorry I missed the fun.
So am I, Mr. Wimple.
Did you finally get your warbler argument settled with?
Absolutely, Miss McGee. We trailed the bird for over a mile till we finally got the binoculars on him and got a good look. That settled it.
What was he?
A sparrow.
Good night.
Good night, Al.
NBC and Papermate Pens have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program transcribed with Bill Thompson as Wallace Wimple and Jack Moyles as Mr. Strunk. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Sundays, enjoy 2 exciting hours of weekend on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. NBC and Papermate Pens present Fibber McGee and Molly transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Huttle. We'll join Fibber and Molly in just a moment. Most of us have been called away from home and loved ones at one time or another. And we know from the experience that there's nothing quite as important during those days of separation as mail. A good old letter from home. Any man or woman in the armed forces will tell you the only call that takes precedence over mess is mail call. And when a letter is more important to a hungry GI than food, you know it means something. The truce in Korea doesn't mean we should stop writing letters to our men and women in service, whether in U.S. camps or overseas. Mail from home is just as important now as it ever was. Yes, in some respects, it's even more important. The action, the strain, the anxieties of war can keep a soldier's mind occupied. But when the letdown comes, the time to relax, that's when morale needs a shot in the arm. Be sure, too, to mail your soldiers Christmas packages early. That way you'll be sure he'll receive it in time to make his Christmas away from home a little more cheerful. Well, November 30th, 1953 has finally arrived. And Mr. McGee of 79 Wistful Vista is wild with joy. This is the moment he's been waiting for 7 long years.
Yippee! I made it, Molly. I finally made it, kiddo. Wahoo! Today has finally come and I'm still here, alive and healthy. Yippee!
McGee, stop that dancing around before you knock something down. Me, for instance. What's all the excitement about?
What's it about? You mean to tell me you don't know what day this is?
Well, aside from Monday, November 30th, I haven't to faint it.
Kiddo, this is my day of liberation. Today I'm free.
From what?
From bad luck. Don't you remember what happened on that fatal day, November 30th, 1946? That's the day I busted the mirror. Boy, oh boy, my 7 years bad luck are over. This calls for a drink. We got any root beer? I says, we got any root beer? Molly, what are you looking at me like that for? I never drink a whole bottle.
I wasn't worried about that, dearie. I was going to ask you to do something for me, but now
Don't you worry, I'll do it. Ask me. Just ask me anything. You've been through this 7 years with me all the way, and you've been a good kid, too. Anything you want me to do, ask me to do it, and I'll do it. Ask me.
Well,
Come on, don't be timid, Tootsie. What do you want me to do?
You won't like it.
I'll love it. From here on in, I'm afraid of nothing. Why? A guy that he's just been through 7 years bad luck where every minute anything could happen to the guy if he wasn't careful, which I was all the time, and come out of it with nothing worse than a few busted bones now and then and a couple of cases of pneumonia by watching himself every minute like I done. What can I lose now? What do you want me to do?
Take the hall mirror downtown and have it resilvered.
Take the hall mirror downtown?
Yep.
Oh, Molly, today? Of all days?
Now, don't be superstitious. Sensible people don't believe in that 7 years bad luck business. There's nothing to it.
Oh, they don't, isn't there? Well, I just been through it, Tootsie, and don't forget it. It was horrible. Doggone it, why does it have to be done today, Molly? Why does that mirror have to be reslivered?
Silvered.
Yeah, today. Why?
Because I'm sick and tired of looking at it. And if I don't get that thing attended to today, I'll be so upset I won't be able to cook you a meal for a month.
Where is it?
Wrapped up in brown paper on the hall table. I was going to ask you to take the coffee tray, too, and have new handles put on it, but as long as it frightens you so much just to carry a mirror, why...
Hold it. Maybe this is a reprieve, a break. Maybe it's the cops come to take me away. Maybe it's...
Come in.
Hello there, kids. Hi, daughter. Hi, Johnny.
Hello, Mr. Oldtimer.
Hey, look, old-timer, how would you like to make a buck?
Sitting down, Johnny, with my feet on a desk. I'm getting a little tired of that grocery boy job of mine. Too much walking.
Look, I got a deal for you, boy. You take this package here down to the Alice in Wonderland looking glass shop, and you've made yourself a buck, boy. $2.
What's in it?
A mirror. We want to have it resilvered.
Kids, you got the wrong man, not me. Liable to bust it. Get 7 years bad luck that way.
Yeah, but you...
I don't fool with mirrors, son. Since what happened to Papa.
Well, I know I shouldn't ask, but I guess I'm just impulsive. What happened to Papa?
Went out to eat one night in a swanky restaurant, daughter. Spilled the salt. Naturally, he picked up a handful of it and throwed it over your shoulder. Hit the head waiter in the eye. Head waiter throwed Papa over your shoulder into a plate glass mirror and busted it into a jillion pieces. And the next day, kids, down in Manila Harbor, they blowed up the battleship Maine.
Oh, what's the connection between that and the busted mirror?
I don't know, Johnny, but it sure makes you think, don't it? Good luck with the mirror, son. If I don't ever see you again, it's been nice. So long.
You see, Molly, even the old-timer admits that it's dangerous to carry it.
Here's your hat. Grab the mirror. Come on, dearie, let's go.
Okay. Paper-mate pens are leak-proof. Give a paper-mate pen. Paper-mate pens are smear-proof. Give a paper-mate pen. Santa's hooray, give paper-mate.
Say, what are you doing? Practicing Christmas carols?
Well, sort of, Molly. I was singing the paper-mate song because that's what I'm giving everyone for Christmas this year.
Paper-mate sons?
No, paper-mate pens. Sometimes, Molly,
I was just teasing, dearie. Paper-mate pens make a fine gift for everyone.
That's when you give a paper-mate, you're giving the pen that bankers and school principals approve. The pen that's guaranteed not to leak, smear, or transfer.
That's a good point, McGee.
That reminds me, the paper-mate point pops out and retracts at the push of a button. The point's always clean and never needs wiping.
I was going to say, too, that every paper-mate pen comes in a free gift box.
Yep, a free gift box. And the price is still only $1.69. So, folks, give a gift you know is right. This year, give a paper-mate pen. You can buy them everywhere in 7 different color stylings. Careful, Molly. Don't walk too close to me. You might nudge me and make me drop this mirror.
Don't be such a pretty cat. I never realized what a superstitious man you were, McGee.
I'm not superstitious. I'm just careful. A guy that's had as many hard knocks as I've had don't want to get any with a mirror in his hands because...
Well, hello there, Molly. Hiya, leadhead.
Hello, Doctor.
Don't get too close to me, Fatso. I got a mirror here and I don't want to drop it.
Well, I don't know why a mirror should be so precious to you, my boy. I've seen better-looking faces than yours peeking in my window Halloween.
Well, it isn't that he's vain, Doctor. He's just afraid he'll break it and have 7 years bad luck.
Yeah, I busted a mirror 7 years ago today, Doc, and I don't want to go through all that again. Come on, Molly, let's get this thing to the mirror shop.
I guess we'd better, Doctor.
Be careful with a little fumblefoot, Molly. Watch out for the manhole, McGee.
Oh, my gosh, where, Doc? Well, what manhole?
Right in front of you. The one with the cover on it.
Oh, Doctor.
That scare you, Jumpy? So long, Molly.
Snicker. Big fat clown. You almost made me drop this mirror, Molly. I ought to
Now, take it easy. Come on, hurry. Here's our chance to get across the street. No traffic. Hurry up, walk faster. The light will change on us.
I'm not hurrying for anybody today, Molly. I wouldn't run if the tail of my shirt was on fire. Uh-oh.
Come on, McGee. What's the matter?
My foot. I got my foot caught in the car tracks.
Oh, dear.
The road is just
I am wiggling my foot. I'm wiggling it so hard my hat's falling off. Oh, my gosh.
Driving around us, you big Lugans. Can't you see the man's stuff? Why don't you take your shoe off, McGee?
I can't. I was so afraid I'd trip over my shoelaces that I tied them in hard knots. This is murder. There's streetcar coming?
No, nothing but trucks, cars, moving vans, motorcycles, and little things like that. Is your foot coming loose?
I can't tell. It's going to sleep. Oh, this is...
Mr. McGee. Hello, Mrs. McGee.
Oh, Mr. Wimple, it's nice to see you.
I got my foot caught in the car tracks, Wimp. I got a mirror here, and if I get it busted, it'll be 7 more years.
I'll take charge here, Mrs. McGee. The first thing to do is keep calm, Mr. McGee. I'll get you loose.
Yeah, well, hurry up. Do something, somebody. Is the streetcar coming?
No,
This happened to me one time, and Sweetie Face got me loose, Mrs. McGee. And this is how she did it.
Yeah?
Oh, you better hold the mirror. That's it, Mrs. McGee.
What you gonna do, Wimp?
Kindly remain calm, please. I'll need 3 simple props, Mrs. McGee. A 5-cent piece, a pin, and a pocket handkerchief.
Here, now let me see. Here's a nickel, and here's a pin.
Hurry up, will you? Get me loose.
I have a handkerchief, Mrs. McGee. Now, Mr. McGee, take this handkerchief in your left hand.
Oh, my gosh, what are you trying to do, Wimp?
Do what he says, McGee. He'll get you loose, I hope.
And hold this nickel at arm's length in your right hand.
Yeah?
Way out. Arm's length, that's it. Now, hold the kerchief over one eye, and with the other eye, see if you can read the date on that nickel.
Read the date. Let me see. It says...
Study it good, because while you're concentrating on that, I take this little pin and go...
Heavenly days. What a broad jump.
Oh, that... Hey, my gosh, you got me loose, Wimp. Oh, gee, thanks, boy. Thanks a lot.
Oh, it was nothing, really. All it needed was a quick jerk on that foot.
Yeah, I guess I must be the quickest. I gave the quickest jerk you ever saw. Well, come on, Molly. Well, thanks, Wimp. We'll see you at home.
Now, relax, dear. Here's the shop right here.
Boy, we made it. We made it. Open the door, will you? So I can get in there and get rid of this 7-year hoodoo. Whew.
My goodness, look at the mirrors.
Yeah. Boy, I'd hate to work in a joint like this. I'd be so scared.
What can I do for you?
Here's the mirror needs fixing, sis. Want to have it re-slivered.
Re-silvered.
Yeah. Take it, will you, sis?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure glad to get that thing off my hands.
When can we get it back, miss?
Well, you wait until I have a look at it. We'll see what shape it's in.
It's rectagonal shape, sis. About this long and that wide.
I mean, what condition, sir?
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You want this re-silvered? Haven't you made a mistake?
Mistake? No, I don't. Oh, McGee, this isn't the mirror. This is the coffee tray.
What?
You picked up the wrong package off the hall table.
You mean I risked my life, worried myself into... You mean I could have dropped that thing with a... Oh, my gosh. Oh, let me lean against something.
No, don't lean against that.
Oh, how many did I break?
8.
8 mirrors. 7 times 8 is 65. 65 years of bad luck.
I fail to see anything funny, sir.
What's so funny, McGee?
65 years of bad luck. Why, that's impossible. I won't even live that long.
Fibber and Molly will be right back. Your radio dial is the key to a veritable mecca of entertainment when you set it here to your NBC station. Tuesday night, for example, you'll hear the tops in mystery and excitement as NBC presents 3 top-flight adventure shows. There's Dragnet, the true stories of your police force in action. Rocky Fortune, starring Frank Sinatra. And Barry Craig, confidential investigator with William Gargan in the title role. You'll hear the best in true-life police stories when you tune to Dragnet, starring Jack Webb in the role of Sergeant Joe Friday. Dragnet takes you step by step on the side of the law in the reenactment of an actual police case. From crime to punishment, Dragnet is true. From beginning to end, Dragnet is exciting listening. Hear it Tuesday nights on most NBC stations. Then listen as Frank Sinatra portrays the footloose and fancy-free Rocky Fortune, an adventurous young man always in the midst of an intriguing situation. Tuesdays terrific on the NBC Radio Network.
Oh, I tell you, McGee, when I saw those mirrors fall and thought of you having to pay for all that damage, I just about fainted.
Yeah, me too. Lucky thing they had insurance to cover it.
Certainly is.
Yeah. As the fireman said when he looked at the little bitty iron ladder, sure a mighty narrow escape. you get it? Fire escape, narrow escape. It's
Ain't funny, McGee.
That's what the woman in the shop said. Good night.
Good night, all.
NBC and Papermate Pens have brought you the Fibber McGee and Molly program, transcribed. With Bill Thompson as the old-timer and Wallace Whipple, Arthur Q. Bryan as Dr. Campbell, and Marion Richmond as the unlucky shopkeeper. This is John Wald inviting you to be with us again tomorrow night for another visit with Fibber McGee and Molly.
Tonight it's music on the NBC Radio Network.
The Fibber McGee and Molly Show. Bring you Fibber McGee and Molly, transcribed. The show is written by Phil Leslie and Ralph Goodman and directed by Max Hudson. Fibber and Molly will be with you in a minute.
This is Don Wilson with a message for people who can't get to sleep at night, for the thousands who lie awake because their stomachs are churning up too much excess acid. That's when a handy roll of Tums can be worth its weight in gold for fast, don't-wait relief. All you do is take 1 or 2 Tums whenever excess acid keeps you tossing and turning, or as a nightcap when going to bed. See if you don't fall asleep more quickly and feel lots fresher next day. Yes, Tums neutralize excess acid in record time and require no water, no mixing, no waiting. That's why millions always keep Tums handy on the bedside table or in a pocket or purse for top-speed relief whenever acid indigestion occurs. So don't wait. Get a roll of Tums today. Still, only 10 cents.
The topic under discussion in the McGee living room right now is the Wistful Vista Ladies Club Christmas Fund. Mr. McGee undertook to raise some money for the fund last week, and he didn't do badly either because Mrs. McGee says,
And I think it was wonderful that you were able to take that $10 and invest it so cleverly that you ran it up to $30.
Just routine, Tootsie, just routine.
So I'm going to turn in the $30 and tell the other ladies that my smart husband did this.
Oh, no, not yet, Molly. You just leave that $30 right where it is in the sugar bowl.
Yeah, but dearie...
I haven't even started yet. I told you I'd run that dough up to $100 for you, and I'm gonna.
But $30 is more than any of the other ladies have made. I'll be so proud to show them how clever my husband is, and...
You'll be even prouder to show them 100. That's 3 times as clever as $30. With Thanksgiving and all last week, I haven't had time to look around for the right investment yet, but I'm watching. Don't you worry, I'm watching.
But you might lose it on your next investment.
Lose it? How could I possibly lose it?
That question has so many answers I wouldn't know where to start. You know, Uncle Dennis once said something to me that I've never forgotten, McGee.
What'd he say? Not so much ice in it?
No, I was just a little girl at the time, and I was watching him pour himself a glass of root beer.
What kind of beer?
Root beer.
Oh.
I said to him, how do you always keep the foam from running over, Uncle Dennis? And he said to me, McCushley, he said, I always quit as soon as I get ahead. That's something you should learn to do, McGee. Quit when you get ahead.
No, that's a cute little anecdote, my dear, but what's it got to do with me making money for your ladies' club? I fail to see any connection between Uncle Dennis pouring root beer and me.
Never mind, skip it. What are you looking at, somebody on the porch?
Mailman just came. I'll get the mail.
He's not going to be satisfied till he gets himself involved in another get-rich-fast deal and loses that money for me. Oh, well, I'll take $10 of my own and donate that to the ladies' club if I have to, because...
A lot of mail, Molly.
Good.
Here's a letter for Wimp. I told the mailman to drop his stuff off here as long as Wimp's staying with us till his wife gets back.
Good idea.
Here's a letter for you.
Oh, thank you.
The rest is just bills and circulars. Who's your letter from?
Sarah. From Aunt Sarah.
Ah, dear, sweet, loaded Aunt Sarah. Bless her rich old bones. What's she beefing about now? Did the income from her diamond mines drop from $8 million to $7 million this week?
No, she's very happy about everything.
Good.
Just a note to say she's spending the winter in Florida, having a wonderful time and wishes we were there.
Oh, she does, huh? Well, that can be arranged. All she has to do is send some plain tickets and fix us up with a beach house, and I'll be happy to put aside this exciting life temporarily just to make the old girl happy.
You're sweet.
After all, kiddo, if a guy can't do something for a rich old aunt once in a while...
All right, and tell her you're willing to make the sacrifice, sweetheart. Now, if you'll take Mr. Wimple's letter upstairs to him.
Oh, I don't want to disturb Wimp right now. He's having too much fun.
What's he doing?
He's practicing his nose.
His nose?
That's right. He's been saying yes to Sweetie Face so long he forgot how the other word sounds. So he's walking around the room saying, no, no, no.
No.
Yeah, that poor guy. Oh, hey, look at this.
What?
This ad from the camera shop. Photography contest. $50 prize for the most unusual snapshot of the week. Aha! That's the kind of deal I've been waiting for.
Deal? I don't see what...
For your ladies' club, kiddo. I'll invest some of that money in films and stuff, take my camera, go downtown, shoot the most unusual picture this week, cop the prize, and toss the $50 on the drum for the ladies' club.
You make it sound so simple.
Oh, how can I miss? With that camera of mine. Ah, my little old German Amthrax with the F-33 pure glass lens that I wanted on the Elks Club punch board in 1937. Why, with that camera and my talent for taking unusual pictures, I'm a cinch.
Well, now, when they say unusual pictures, dearie, they don't mean the kind with a big thumb sticking up in the foreground, you know.
Ah, that was an accident. That don't always happen. My picture album is over here somewhere. Oh, here. I don't get my thumb in all of them.
Let's see one.
Here, take a look at that. Did you ever see a more interesting picture of the City Hall? Look at that composition, that majestic feeling. No thumb in that one.
I took that picture, dearie.
Oh, yeah, so you did. Well, how's about this one? Dugan's Lake at sunset. You didn't take that, did you?
No, dearie. You took that one all right. And it isn't Dugan's Lake at sunset.
It isn't?
That's what came out when you accidentally snapped the shutter when you were loading the camera in the kitchen.
And what about this sunset and all those trees?
You got it pasted in upside down, you see.
What?
That's a fried egg and some parsley.
That's what I say. It's unusual, ain't it? I'm going to get my camera out and check it over and then run down to the camera shop and get an entry blank. I'll need plenty of film because, boy, when I start shooting pictures, I'm...
Oh, they died.
More fun with the McGees shortly.
I mean, after
Has
this, are
always
you
been a
going to be
cornerstone
done?
in American democracy. And since our first beginnings, America's
I'm
religious
ready to go make
institutions
a
have strengthened the fabric of our daily lives. Among other things, religious faith stabilizes a family and holds it together. Attendance at churches and synagogues builds the moral and spiritual character of our people and helps them to be tolerant, responsible citizens. Religious leaders have always been distinguished in the giving of personal guidance to those with pressing problems. And our armed services chaplains of all faiths give comfort and moral armament to those who fight for freedom. Clearly, then, religion plays a great role in our way of life, a role that grows in importance each day in a world where moral and spiritual values are too easily exchanged for material and selfish values. We urge you, therefore, to attend church or synagogue with your families regularly and to support your community church during the current Religion in American Life campaign. Light their way with faith. Bring them to worship this week.